Welcome to the Tactical Devils. You will notice that Jarvis, bless him, scheduled the show for 10 p.m. It's actually 9 p.m. Jarvis is away currently on holiday with his family, so don't panic. He will be joining us, myself and Mark. We've got loads to talk about tonight. You'll notice I'm full of cold, but it is what it is. We'll just push on through. Talk about yesterday's friendly. Talk about the return of De Gea, but more importantly, is the system working? Is Amorim happy? Mark will have his say straight after, and Jarvis will join us in due course. So we're just going to play the intro, and we will see you on the flip side. Hello, everybody. Jarvis will be joining us later. Welcome to the Tactical Devils. I'm your host tonight until Jarvis arrives. And with me is Mr. Bullseye himself, Mr. Mark Langridge. Just before we introduce Mark, I just want to send a message to my centre-half partner, Matt, who yesterday, dislocated his ankle and broke his ankle in 3 or 4 places. I unfortunately was a little bit to blame. I got the wrong side, or Full got the wrong side of me. I come in and I tackled him. I didn't see Matt coming in behind the forward, and the forwards dropped on Matt. It's a horrific injury, guys, and I hope you join me in wishing Matt, speedy recovery. Feeling one a little bit tonight. Welcome, everybody. There's absolutely tons of you already. Thank you all for tuning in. Catherine, no nonsense, McDade, straight in. We'll get through your comments later. Yolam Elmeen, great to see you. He's suggesting there's an interesting development on Nanana to be loaned out. Let's have a quick look at that. Jamie Wayne's in the chat as always. Danny B. Tom Porter, Carlos. Who else have we got? Aaron, good to see you, Aaron. The Vutinator, our super moderator. Boxing Straight talks in. Let's have a look. Who else have we got? Vulps is here. Lots of appreciation for you, Mark, which is absolutely great. Mark, how are you, pal? You're looking well, fella. You're looking well.
Yeah. I've been out in the sun for most of the day. We had a friendly this morning. We've only got one left before our league season kicks off. Nice 7-2 win.
Nice.
Against the rival as well. So that went down very well. It's actually led to them putting out a recruitment post for players. So so I've had a good day. Obviously, yesterday was a nice for me. I love De Gea, so we had a great game to watch. Well,
good.
70 minutes while De Gea was on the pitch. I was happy watching it.
Yeah.
And, good weekend, just in general.
Excellent.
And let's say we topped it off today with the Scousers losing.
Oh, well, yes. Yeah, that's always great. That's always great. So the title of the show is, Amorim, has he got it wrong? Is there a personnel problem in the team? What's your overall thoughts about yesterday's game? How did you see the tactical aspect of it? Did the tactics and the personnel, did they align? What was your thoughts on Cunha and Mbeumo? And your overall thoughts, really?
Well, in short, I thought yesterday's game was another shit show. Bit like our last pre-season friendly with this whole false 9 not playing a striker. I don't get it. I don't get it. Some people have said to me Rasmus didn't play or Obi didn't play. Well, Rasmus mainly because they want to loan him. They don't want him to get injured. Whereas I'm sure your opinion's the same as mine. If he's scoring goals, more people are going to come in for him.
Yeah.
But what about Obi? Why are we now playing a false nine and not even giving Obi a look in? But in general, I love the title of the show. Is it the players or is it the plan? Because at the moment, I can't work it out. I thought we were superb in our first 2 games. And the Leeds game was a proper pre-season friendly for fitness. So that's a write-off. I don't even look at that as a pre-season friendly. It was just a fitness match. But yeah, America, first 2 games, I thought we were superb. The next 2 games, I thought we've been woeful and been very, very lucky. Midfield's been a disgrace. And yeah, I'm happy to get into it because there's so many things to pick at.
Well, let's start with the free-flowing aspect then. One of the main things about Amorim's system is he always played free-flowing football, as you pointed out on many occasions, Mark, so is Jarvis. Playing out from the back, using the wing-backs to great ability, using the forwards to run in behind, create chances for the centre-forward, etc. So if we're not playing a centre-forward, we're playing a false 9. What is Amorim thinking then? Because we all know how we utilise Gyökeres and how we utilise the 2 wing-backs. What is the reasoning, in your opinion, and Devilish Tacticos, please let us know, about playing this false 9 then? Now, is it a shoehorn statement to Rasmus that we now have Sesko, you are no longer required? Is it a trust issue with Rasmus? And I think a lot of the Devilish Tacticos may well be leaning towards that in terms of, I cannot rely on you when the game's really tight to put one in the back of the net with one chance. Or is it something completely different that Amorim is seeing within the scope of the team, the personnel of the team, that they're not quite getting, the team isn't quite getting, they're not understanding what he wants to do? I know that's a threefold question there, but I kind of think you know where I'm going with that, don't you?
I do. I really do. You're basically trying to say we don't really know what he's thinking. Is he got his own thoughts compared to what we are seeing?
I am leaning towards that, yeah, and that worries me because the Devilish Tacticos know Mark, and you know Mark, and I apologise for cutting across you there, mate, and I didn't mean to. You know I'm a big supporter of Amorim. I like his style, don't I? His persona I like, but I'm not necessarily buying into where we are currently, as I guess is what I'm saying.
No. So where should we start? We'll start with the striker point of view.
Yeah, start where you like.
Because it's twofold. One, we want to pass out from the back. We want to build. But all we did was smack the ball, like 90s football, up towards a centre forward who unfortunately was 5'5" against 6'4". What's the thinking in that? We'll win the second ball? Well, that's the only thing I can think of. If you've got a short striker, you back in, you let them win the header, and you pick up the second ball.
So you're a striker, Mark. You're a 9, an old-fashioned 9, aren't you?
Yeah.
But for those who don't know, Mark was at Brighton. He was a centre forward. But you're an old-fashioned centre forward, and you like to back into centre halves. You like to wrestle, but you were good on the floor as well. So I think that's a really pertinent question. So let me just put it to you this way: if you were playing in this particular system that you saw yesterday and demonstrated yesterday, would you be frustrated, or how would you play?
I wouldn't have been frustrated.
What a way to put Mark on the spot.
No, I wouldn't have been frustrated because I can deal with those balls. But I'm a striker. When you put someone who's not a striker up front, don't expect them to do striker stuff.
Yeah.
Don't expect them to back in, hold the ball up. I thought Mason Mount did well, but he wasn't ever going to win any of those high balls. So that's why I say, was the plan to pick up the second ball? But the same scenario is 2 weeks ago, it might have even been last week. We went through about the triangles on the wing, didn't we? Passing it out,
we did.
Back.
Well, I was going to ask you about that. So now you've mentioned that just briefly. We were talking about Cunha dropping back in to allow Bruno to go. Did you see any of that movement, that type of movement?
I did. I saw Cunha behind, but let's be a bit more critical with our words. Was he allowing him to go forward, or did he cover him because he went forward? That's what I'd ask people to, if they want to watch the game again, watch that, because I've heard from people at the ground that Cunha was getting very frustrated at the long balls over the top and not passed into his feet. So did he then, as you know, a player in this modern age starts going looking for the ball at their feet. So they start dropping further and further back down the pitch to pick the ball up.
Yeah.
And it might just be a 1-2 that they want to play. I think Ronaldo even did that, didn't he? He'd drop all the way back to the halfway line in the middle of the play just to play a 1-2 and work himself back up on the pitch.
Yeah.
But we keep focusing on Rasmus not playing as this striker. Has anyone seen Joshua Zirkzee? Because I swear I've seen his lookalike around the club.
He's injured.
But he wasn't injured at the end of last season, and he wasn't injured when he was on holiday. When did he pick up the injury?
He's picked up an injury somewhere. I don't know to the extent of it, but he is injured. But good
no
question.
one said what his injury is. That's my point.
That is also correct, Mark. That is also correct, Mark. Guys, if you know in the Devilish Tacticos, if you know if Zirkzee is injured, please pop it in the chat.
He weren't injured when he was dancing in those videos, and he wasn't injured it didn't look like he was injured dancing at I was going to say Kanye concert. It wasn't Kanye, but it was another rapper they went to. Kendrick Lamar concert. So I've seen him up. I've seen him moving around. So it's not his hamstring and things like that. But where's he?
Do you think he's fit?
I don't know what's going on with him. I genuinely don't. Because let's be fair, he's not a striker. He's not a 10. He's not an 8. He's not a 6. None of us actually know what position he is. And we've all played with those kind of players.
I think he's I'll be honest with you, Mark. I think he's a better midfielder. People have disagreed with me, and I understand it, but I think he's a better midfielder. I think he plays perfectly between the 10 and the 8. I know it's daft. I know it's daft, but I'm talking that middle third. I know right.
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, it's daft. I know. I didn't know how to explain it. It's a daft position, isn't it?
8.5. I've heard the term 8.5. That's
Mark, you're absolutely right, because you're up front, big lads. You're looking for him to find you, aren't you? You're looking for the little dinks over the top so you can get in. You're looking to have it to feet, drop a 1-2, spin off, another little balling. That's what, or out to the wing. You coming in, bang, thank you, peeling away with your goals. I think that's where he would really excel. But the problem is, and I've got to be really careful here, and I think we're going to come to a common theme. And guys, the Devilish Tacticos, I'd love you to tell us. I'm going to ask you the question, Mark. You know what it is, don't you? Is it Bruno?
No comment. Plead the fifth. Whatever nationality you want to do, I'm pleading the fifth. I'm no commenting, because I'm fed up of saying it. And I if people can't see it, there's too much Bruno FC out there, in my opinion. I'll put it that way. Because you didn't watch the game. I did. And I watched MUFC, and I'll tell you what was said.
Yeah.
Casemiro played a ball down the channel, blind ball down the channel, and they whinged about it a little bit. Like, he should probably have held on, not just clip that down the right channel for Ahmad to run onto, or Mbeumo, who will come on to them two running into the same space. And I kid you not, maybe under a minute later, Bruno plays the same ball.
Yeah.
And great pass from Bruno. And I was just like, what the... It's the same pass. And Casemiro has been playing that pass all his life. If you ever watched him at Real Madrid, that's what he does. He gets on the half turn and he will whip it round. So it's never going out of play. It's always going to be bending back in from the channel into that. Yeah. And yes, it gets cut out sometimes. But what happens when someone turns the ball in behind you? Shoot. Is that what you want? Do you want to turn and run back towards your goal?
No, Mark, I want you in front of me, or I want somebody in front of me all the time. That's what happened. Yeah,
so if someone's out of position and I can't bounce it, that's a safe ball for me to play.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah, of course it is. I want you, Mark, here. I want you just to my right. Now, people might look at it and say, why do you want him to your right? Because I'll go for your shirt here. I'll try and get my arm around you because I want to turn you left. And the reason I want to turn you left is because I've got you here. My left leg. I've got you. If I allow you to turn right, I'm fucked. I'm gone. I've got to grab you. I've got to pull you down. Now, somebody your size, 6'2", big, I'm quite, I'm big, I'm strong, but you're difficult to grab. I don't want any of that nonsense. This is why, for me, when you've got Mbeumo, when you've got Cunha, it doesn't work as a false nine. It just doesn't work. How many crosses did Mbeumo put in on Saturday? Good crosses I'm talking about now. 6.
He put in some great whipped balls. What I will say is they kept going towards the near post and not getting far enough.
Yeah, it wasn't going far enough, yeah.
But Bruno's corners, oh my God, it was a different Bruno. So we put in plenty of crosses and we got our heads on them. And we do have good. Euro's good in the air. Obviously, Harry Maguire is a magnet.
Yeah.
But even Heaven was unlucky not to put a couple in the back of the net. It was just one of those.
Yeah.
And is that a tactic where bringing in Sesko, 6'5". I've not seen him score many headers, but he must be quite good with his head, you'd hope, wouldn't you?
Well, I hope so. You would think so. Let's just have a quick
Crouch scored many headers.
No, that's true. Let's just have a quick run through the comments. There's absolutely tons in. Trevor Wade is in. Trevor Wade says Xerxes is injured. I thought he was, Trev. Bath comes in and says, I watch Cunha a lot because of the walking stats. He was getting in behind all game, but never used like a proper box-to-box. Yeah, totally agree there.
Yeah.
Carlos says it's a knock for Xerxes. Let's have a look. Volps agrees with you. Facts, Mark. I think we might have gone past when he agreed with you, but he still says he still agrees with you.
A bit of clarification there, Volps.
Yeah. Trev Wade says you're injured and you can still move. Absolutely, Trev. I'm constantly injured.
But this is almost a 6-week injury.
Yes. Catherine, no nonsense, McDade. We have too many injury-prone players, lads. She's absolutely right. Xerxes is a 9.5. Trev says.
It's true. It is true.
Yeah, well, I think he's
a proper false 9. He is a proper false 9.
He's an 8 to a 10 for me. No, an 8 to a 9, maybe an 8 to a 10. He's a funny one, isn't he, Xerxes? Let's have a look. What else have we got? Boxing Straight Talk is in. Good to see you, my friend. I think Xerxes would be better as a window cleaner. They're on fire tonight already. Absolutely brilliant. The DJ Superfly guy, I am suffering from the post-Hungarian piss-up flu. I went to the Hungarian Grand Prix and I'm suffering. But I did get a full 90 in yesterday, so it cleared the lungs only a tiny bit. Is it just me? 43 says he rates Xerxes, but Amorim doesn't. Ronnie, good to see you, Ronnie. Xerxes isn't good cover for the 9. We should probably sell him as well. That's an interesting take.
My take. If I was going to sell anyone, I'll just come in on that. If I was going to sell anyone because we are unsure where to play Xerxes, that's a reason to get rid of him. If you're ever unsure on someone or you buy someone to fill that position, you shouldn't keep them.
No, absolutely. I agree with that. Sure. I think you're right. Yeah. GJ Superfly guy agrees with you. The problem is Bruno. Mark, I'm with you, mate, which is good to hear. Rob Taff's in the house. Good to see you, Rob Taff. I wanted that Bruno money 100%. I'll agree with you on that one, Rob Taff. I was quite vocal on that as well. I would have taken him and sold him.
But can we just make our stance on Bruno he's a world-class player?
Of course he is. Nobody's debating that.
This is not Bruno hate on this channel. Like, we will say it honestly as footballers and be the fact that he is a great player, but he is a great 10. You don't take him out of the 10 and put him in the 8 if he's a great 10.
Bath time is having a pop. Mr. Pyramids. You called Bruno class last week, Mr. Pyramids. And now you're saying Bruno FC is out of control. Bath time.
I literally just clarified that before saying.
I know. That's why I put it up at the time. Irrespective of number of this is Shivam. I think you're new to the channel, Shivam. If you are, you're very, very welcome. The devilish tactical decos will welcome you with open arms. He goes on to say, irrespective of the number of players we sign, we are fighting for 5th at max. Players take time to get in, and maybe next year top 4 is plausible. People need to stop assuming things. It's a very well presented argument there, Shivam. I am Titanium. It comes in. I did hope you catch it at bath time. Trev's laughing at boxing. Straight talk. What else have we got? Okay, Ronnie. Ronnie says Bruno needs to learn how to use the new players better. Yeah, I'm in full agreement with you on that one, Ronnie. And I know Mark is.
And yeah, that was shown, and people have spoken about that. People asking for the ball, coming short, and the ball's gone behind them. So that is a training ground thing. That is a game time thing. But unfortunately, we play Arsenal next Sunday.
We do. Although, Mark, I'm on record. I do think we will beat Arsenal. Oh, yeah, Gyökeres's header was decent, wasn't it? Gyökeres's header was decent, wasn't it? Boxing straight talk. I think Sesko and Xerxes are going to alternate at the false 9. That's actually a good shout, that. Very good shout, because Sesko likes to come in from the wide, doesn't he? And also play deep. Good in the air, though, Sesko. I think we might have a bit more... But
if you're going to play a false 9, you cannot have Bruno and Mbeumo coming short for passes, because the 9 is going to come short and he's going to help it round the corner. So this is, again, it's learning formation. But that is not Amorim's formation. He does not have his centre forward come short for the ball.
No, he'll watch them out wide, but yeah, they don't come short. No, absolutely. Obi comes in and says Bruno will never be benched while he's here at the club, regardless if we do get Baleba. Well, that'll be a very interesting...
Well, that was my comment last week, wasn't it? The Baleba, Thursday when it broke. I said we have Bruno, we have 2 holding midfielders, or whatever you want to call it, double pivot, but we don't. We have Bruno and we have 10 players, if you want to put Baleba in there, fighting for that one other spot. And that's not a way of running a football club.
No, it's going to be very interesting. If we do get Baleba, by the way...
and he's a box-to-box. He's an 8. He's not a holding midfielder.
Contrary to what's been said, we have no further information that's reliable at this point in time. Same with...
I'll go knock on his door.
Go knock on his door. Yeah, he's round by you, isn't he?
Yeah, 15 minutes in the car.
Yeah. Obi also says Stu and Bruno crosses remind me of us in the 90s and early noughties. Absolutely. I can't wait to see Mbeumo assisting Sesko with powerful headers at the back post. Absolutely. Just needs to reach the back post on that one, Obi. I totally agree. Come on, lads. As Danny B said, please hit the like button. Jarvis is on his way. He'll be joining us in the next 10 minutes. When Jarvis comes, he'll take control and we'll start to break down the game and talk a little bit about that some more. Bath time comes in and says, I don't think Yoro is that good in the air. He wins headers by being tall, not dominating his man. But he is young, though. Absolutely, I tend to agree with that. We have, and I need to find it, we have a Grace. Grace Sheridan has come in with a super chat. I've got to find it. Why can't I find it? Oh, here we go. There we go. Grace. You get the glasses, Grace, for that. You absolutely get the glasses because there's 5 golds on that. Mark, would you like to read out the super chat?
What is the difference between 3 centre-backs and a midfield 2 in a 3-4-3 and fullbacks tucking in and making 3-2 midfield in a 4-2-3-1?
What a great question.
That is a great question. And generally, I just want to check that you're not doing your UEFA license or anything like that, and you're asking me to write your paperwork for you.
That is a great question, Grace. Thank you so much for that question. I'm going to dig out the super chat tune and I'm going to play it for you in a minute.
Where do I start? So, 3 centre-backs. In theory, it still creates almost 5 at the back, or some prefer it a 4, where the left and right centre-backs go wide into fullback positions on the halfway line, and the CDM drops in. The idea is that we have more ball playing ability on second and third phase balls when that breaks down. Inverting fullbacks, I absolutely hate it. And the reason being, it leaves a massive wide space, because you have your 2 centre-backs on the halfway line who stay central, and then you have a player, so here, and then he comes in here. So the left-back comes into here. Now, that means that someone like a Salah, a ball over the top, he's got a foot race to get back into position, or a centre-back gets dragged out.
Yeah.
This is what Amorim prefers not to do. It is a discipline issue, and we all know how United is not very well disciplined. If I had a tactics board in front of me, or, if Jarvis comes on, maybe we can revisit this, but there isn't much difference. It is more a personnel. If you were going to invert, you would want a right-footed left-back and a left-footed right-back. So they're on the right, they've got their correct foot when they invert in. But that's a really good question. It's not a massive difference. Funny enough, I played 4-2-3-1 today, and we don't invert our fullbacks. I use my fullbacks. I stay narrow to 3 10s and 1 up front. But the person who play up front is actually more of a natural 10 to bring in the other players. So it's down to a manager's tactics, because I like my fullbacks still to go past. And
where do I like my fullbacks? So I like my wingbacks, contrary to Mark Grace. It is a brilliant question. I love it. I like a smiling you at the back. So you've got your main centre back slightly deeper than your 2, your left and your right. I like them two in front. So you've got your centre midfield and your 8. And then I like the fullbacks to tuck in slightly. And the reason I like that is it's very tight in the middle, but it also allows you longevity across the middle of the actual pitch. So you can stretch the pitch in the blink of an eye. When you're moving up, you can then push the 3 if you want for the better word, 3 forwards in to make a 2 and a 1, as Mark says. So you can have, it gives you the wing back space. And when we're defending, and I've got everybody centrally, then we could bring the 2 number 10s slightly back, and that covers your whole of your final third or final half, really. So that's how I like to play it. So me and Mark are slightly different. Mark likes his out wide. I like mine slightly tucked in. But Mark is absolutely right. There's not a huge amount of difference between a 4-2-3-1. So when we set it up, Grace, you'll find that really what you're trying to do is suffocate the opposition. So when we're out of possession, we want to suffocate them. When we're in possession, we want to box them, and that's how you try and do it. Please don't bring the glasses out again.
And basically, the best thing about wing backs and Amorim's system is he does a lot of straight line running.
Yes,
so
right.
If you're the wing backs, you just come back and you are the winger, the striker, the fullback. But more importantly, your CDMs, if they've gone and played a 1-2 and they're out of position, whoever is in that position just comes back and fills the space.
That's what I like.
Being in the
exactly
position,
what I like.
Straight line recovery and get a 5-4-1 in whatever position. And then as the ball's played around, you'll see the players drift, and then they swap and get back into formation.
We're going to give the Super Chat jingle a go because we've got another Super Chat coming in. So. Love the old Super Chat jingle. Grace, that's for you. And we've also got another Super Chat. Hold on when I get my stuff sorted. And this is from I Am Titanium. Baleba joined to play 3 in the middle alongside Bruno and Mano. Really interesting, Mark. What's your take on that?
It's not happened well. First off, I wouldn't, if we had 3 in the middle, Bruno, I definitely wouldn't have that. Because I think then you're playing 4-3-3, and then I would play the false 9. That is your fluid front 3. Yeah. And we wouldn't do it. We just wouldn't do it. The main reason being, Baleba is an 8, box to box, he's more of an 8 than what Bruno's going to play. He's not a defensive midfielder. That's the first thing everyone needs to be aware. He may get a lot of recovery tackles. That is down to Brighton's system. It's not down to the actual player's position by number. I hate this 6, 8. He's not a CDM.
No, it doesn't work.
He's not a holding midfielder. He's not a Roy Keane. He's not a destroyer. He is a box to box, quick 1-2s, transitional player, which I love and Amorim will love because that's what he had. But Bruno and Mainu has been proven not to work. So why would we? What I don't get is why people are writing off Ugarte or Casemiro as they clearly are only holding midfielders.
So the interesting thing for me, Mark, and I agree. You know what I'm going to say now, don't you? I actually think Baleba could play a nice role as a 6. Hear me out. But with a quick transition that Ugarte and Casemiro can't do. So what you speak about when you're talking box to box, you're actually talking about ball playing ability, aren't you? You're not talking necessarily about 20, 30-yard passes. You're talking about ball carrying ability.
I'm saying he picks a ball. Ugarte, where he drills out of his 18-yard box and get robbed, that wouldn't have happened. We saw Mbeumo get the ball, beat about 3 players and played a simple pass. That's transitional. That's box to box ball carrying.
So what you're talking about,
box to box.
Yeah. So what you're talking about is, I just say, Dulix. Oh my God, who's this? Who's this?
Our European scout.
Hello, guys. Hello.
Sorry, I'd just like to apologise for this imposter that's just appeared. Are you on the right channel? Should you be here? Jarvis, my mate, great to see you, pal. You're looking well. Thank you.
Thank you.
The United shirt hung up on the photo frame at the back. I love that.
Absolutely brilliant. You've been absolutely ribbed. You'll be pleased to know you've been ribbed. Has Jarvis gone AWOL? What else have we got? Is Jarvis been sent to the reserves? There's been absolutely loads in here.
Is he on 7 till 7?
We've had 2 super chats. We've had 2 really good super chats. But yeah, that's it. You make notes. But my old mate, I'm going to put you in your rightful position. There you go.
Well, first of all, guys, I don't know if the hotel connection is good enough for me to do this thing.
Yeah, absolutely perfect, mate. Yeah, you're perfect.
That's good. I was a little bit worried because I only have like two dots on the signal out of 5. So we will have to just try to do our best. I don't know if you can hear me. I don't have my usual mic. I have my camera mic on, but it is what it is.
Loud and clear.
Yeah. First of all, I just want to thank you, Stu and Mark, for holding the fort until I came on. I've been trolling the streets with the kids in Cyprus. I'm on holiday right now, as you can see. Well, we have two room at the hotel room, so it's my daughter walking past me. It's been an interesting show so far. Super chats, thank you guys. Thank you to Grace Sheridan, great question, and I am Titanium joining with another super chat. I don't know, guys, if you know about what my topic for the evening is, but I wanted to talk about the Fiorentina game and what I saw from that game, and I feel that a lot of things didn't work out as Amorim wanted. And I asked the question: is it about the players' abilities or the tactics that's causing this? I would say it's not bad, but it's not good. It's disjointed a lot of times.
Yes.
And you see where it should be opposite movement, there is no movement. Players can't read each other. They can't play together. They seem like they don't have a plan from what they are doing. I have some clips prepared from I think Cunha, and we will look at them because I felt Cunha was one of the players. I think he's a level above the rest of the Man United players in how he moves, when he creates, and the other players just end up standing there watching him, or they don't know how to respond to his movement. And I think that's a worry. And I feel, to answer my own question, that this might be the players, not the Amorim tactics, but it could also be the other way around. I'm not all knowing. I don't know this, so that's why I wanted to hear your take on it. So maybe Stu can go first and Mark, and tell me how did you see the Fiorentina game, and do you have the same feelings as I have after the game?
Yeah, look, the Cunha question you just raised has actually been raised before, not with Cunha, but in the past with certain players that we've had come through the club. Juan Sebastian Veron being one. Was he too clever for that current crop of players? They couldn't quite get onto his wavelength. It really has. Back in the day, when we had Arnold Murin, again, back in the day, Jarvis, there were certain players that couldn't maybe on his particular wavelength. And I tend to agree with you. And it's something me and Mark touched on slightly, and we were going to go into it a bit later on, was Cunha's overall ability and his frustration at either not receiving the ball, like we pointed out in the first game of the American tour, Jarvis, against West Ham. There was reluctance from Bruno, wasn't there, to pass him the ball on 2 or 3 occasions when he was actually in good position to be able to carry the ball and make something happen. I think it's a problem that Amorim has to solve, and he has to solve very, very quickly. He's got a week to do it now, because there are problems with communication. There are problems with maybe Bruno, whether he feels that he's not the kingpin anymore in this Manchester United team, and is that affecting him as an individual as well as a footballer? Well, if that is the case, that's unacceptable. You're not there to be the kingpin. You're there to play in a team of 11 players, including the goalkeeper, and you're there to win football matches. And I think we've got this, Jarvis, the word disjointed was perfect. It describes the game against Fiorentina perfectly. I thought their goal, as good as he finished it, was an abomination. It was an abomination of defence. I know I've been really critical of Heaven, haven't I, Jarvis? Really critical of him. And I remain critical. He needs to come out of the system. He needs to come out of the team and have a breather, because he's not quite performing where we need him to be. Whether we like it or not, I don't know whether you saw Gyökeres's goal yesterday. It was a superb header. Really, really superb header. That's going to be problems for us. So we need to. Your actual title is perfect. Is it a personnel issue? Is it the system? And me and Mark, actually, Jarvis, are really perplexed by it. We're flummoxed by it. We don't know the answer to it, and that's a big problem for 3 people and the devilish tacticos who know a lot about football.
I see 2 different teams out there, Stu. That's what I've seen. In 4 friendlies, like I say, I don't count the Leeds game. In 4 friendlies, I've seen 2 different styles of football and 2 different football teams.
Yeah.
That is more worrying than anything. So, we've already touched on the playing long balls instead of playing it to the feet. Playing out from the back was non-existent. Patterns at play weren't even there, which were there maybe the game before. Players running into each other's feet, still arguing on the pitch. The arguing on the pitch I get, because believe it or not, these players actually aren't that old. They are still young. Most of them are young 20s. We wish we were still in our young 20s, right? We call that young. Like, so in footballing sense, no, they're not young, but they're still hormonal and, at times, and can cop a strop, some of these. But there's so many things that clearly don't make sense. If you don't like a player, we've got other players who can play in that position as well, and they're just getting no look in. Cunha, I flagged up Jarvis right at the very start of the show. We had someone there watching the game, and he said he was clearly frustrated that he was not getting past the ball to his feet. He's asking for the ball, and it's not coming. And that's been shown in multiple games now. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know what the tactics were. Because I've never seen a fluid false nine.
We had a really good comment actually from, I think it was Brian. Brian, if you're still watching, please let us know what your thoughts are, mate. We'd love to know if you're still watching, please. Really difficult, really difficult one. This false nine, like we said, Jarvis, we think he's, the message to Højlund is loud and clear. Not a minute against Fiorentina. I didn't think Sesko would start Sunday, but well, I guess I beg to differ now. I think he's odds on to start Sunday.
But Jarvis, we were saying it's not a message to Højlund; it's a message to Højlund and Obi. Because if Xerxes injured, neither striker has been given a chance in that game. I didn't
know too much. Yeah, I think you make a valid point, and I was actually thinking the same thing. A striker is a striker, and if your third option, yes, he's young, Obi's young, but if Højlund's not available, Xerxes not available, then Obi Martin Cheeto should play. In my opinion, that's why he's there. I
believe he's going to Nice, Jarvis. I believe.
Yeah, he needs a loan, definitely. He needs a loan. He needs experience. He wants to become the player we want him to be when sitting on the bench for Man United, never playing, never get picked. So I think that's a big problem. And maybe it was just because of injury concerns, because of the loan. There are probably reasons we don't know of, but I was thinking for myself, why start Mason Mount in the false nine? Why play in the false nine? We couldn't play out from the back, as Mark was saying. We tried to hit it long all the time on Mason Mount, who's, how tall is he? 6'5"? No. 5'6".
5'6", maybe 5'7".
That's what they thought, Jarvis. They thought they had the wrong.
We thought he was 6 or 5. Yeah.
It's not Sesko. It's not Sesko on top.
No, but it's not Rasmus. It's not Obi. They're both tall as well. So all three strikers are obviously a tall, mobile striker is what he wants. But why would you play that? Why?
Yeah. But I have to say, I'm not going to say Mason Mount played badly. I think Mason Mount did well.
Very clever.
Playing out of position. He did as good as he could have done. But let me bring up some clips. Let's talk about Cunha, because I think this is important. I think we need to discover and think about this. What actually going on with the United squad? I have to apologize for the quality. I'm not in my usual spot, so I don't have the same. I needed to find. I found a YouTube clip, to get this. But in this, oh, it's not the right one. Let's start with this one. Yeah. It's a third man run from Cunha. So I think Cunha is here. You see him in the picture. So let me just play it. No, there's Cunha. He's on the ball. He passes it, and he makes a move. He makes a move to places it to Dorgu, and makes a run into zone 16. We all know what zone 16 is. It's the corner flag zone on the left-hand side when we are attacking. So you see here, Cunha makes a brilliant run, tries to drag the defender with them, and Dorgu should never play the ball to Cunha in this position.
Correct.
But look at this. It's an awful decision from Dorgu. You should never play it here, because Cunha will be alone against two defenders.
Yep.
Cunha's only job here is to pull the defenders away and create space for Dorgu. As you saw in what game was it? The second friendly? He went in and made a beautiful cross into Højlund when he scored.
Bournemouth.
Yeah. Bournemouth, yeah. So Dorgu should know this by now. But still, he gives the ball away. It's not on Cunha. Cunha is on a different level than the other players. So it's a terrible decision from Dorgu, especially when you know that Amorim has been drilling this. The run is there. We have seen Mason Mount do it several times. We see now Cunha do it, but still Dorgu doesn't get it, and it worries me.
Well, there's more than one thing there, Jarvis, because you're right. It is a third man run. He takes the defender away. But if you look at whoever it was that was closest to Dorgu, He turned his back. He already knew that ball was going to go there. Where if he shapes and pulls it, being a right-footed anyway, he could have put it in the box. But on the flip side, why do we only see one red shirt in between 4 players?
Yeah.
Well, the other one's rolling around like a girl.
Mason Mount. No, that was Mason Mount. He went straight over his foot. Yeah, but if you see a player down, so this is what I'm saying. So now you either roll that ball to the corner flag and you hold it, try and get the corner because you've got a player down on the floor. This is game management. This is smarts here, which we lack very, very badly. We lack a lot of sort of game management. We are not Atletico Madrid. That is for sure. No. Right,
but it's systemic, though, Mark, of modern day football. You know, that big hole where the ref is where Mason Mount should be.
Yeah, but
instead of rolling away,
Ahmad's in the middle there.
Yeah, I know.
Between 4 players.
Yeah, but my point is, Mount's rolling around on the floor. Get up, get on with it. Be where you should be. This is the problem with modern football, mate.
Yeah, I know. But also, the point I'm trying to make is that Ahmad is now out of position.
Yeah,
he shouldn't have even been there.
Yeah, he is.
He's the wing back. He's playing wing back. At no point in that game did he go into the 10.
Yeah, no. but guys, let me just clarify why I'm showing this. It's not about Dorgu, because Dorgu is a brilliant player. He's been one of our best players in preseason. What I'm trying to show you guys is and Cunha's movement, that he can't get the other players on the same level as he is.
Yeah, I totally agree.
And that's why I feel it's disjointed. I have 2 more clips I want to show you. It's not about only this situation, because a lot of these things happens all the time. But when I looked at Cunha's highlights, every touch on the ball, every time it feels like the other players doesn't understand what Cunha is actually doing. And some of these things are super obvious. I don't know what this is. Yeah, okay. No, it's the same. No, it's not the same clip.
It's a different clip this year.
So Cunha wins the ball. He lofted it over to Mbeumo, and the Fiorentina defenders heads it away. This is about Ahmad and Cunha. So Ahmad is on the ball, gives it, he tries a 1-2, but I think Cunha in this position actually want to go for it himself. Or maybe if you look at this, I don't know what's going on. Why are they running into the same space? I'm not blaming Ahmad. I'm not blaming Cunha. I'm just asking the question. Why are they running?
I've already mentioned Ahmad and then Mbeumo kept running into the same place right at the beginning of the show. So this is becoming a systemic thing with Ahmad, where he's such a free player. You don't really know where he's going to go. So you can only have so many in a team, can't you? You can only have so many free spirits in a structured team. So why is he hitting that? There must have been a shout to just keep the ball.
So I'm going to be a bit critical here of Ahmad. If you go right back to the very beginning, Jarvis, look at the little dink into Mbeumo, right? I'm going to be really critical. Look where Ahmad is. Hold it there. Look at the header. He's not sharp enough. He's not sharp enough to get into the ball. Watch where the ball drops and look how close the defender is as soon as he releases it, gets it there. As soon as he's got it there, the defender's on him like a shot. He's just not sharp enough for me. Now, the ball into Cunha, it's not really going to work, is it? It's too tight. No. Ahmad should have dragged it out wide to the right. Cunha follows his run into the penalty box and then try and get you crossing. That's what he should have done. But that's easy. That's easy because I can see it. Now, Mark, I know I keep coming back to you, but you're a centre forward. You're not going to chase the ball. You're not going to chase Ahmad there, are you? Because you don't score goals there, mate. Where do you score goals? Directly in front.
I'm looking at that and going, could he have played Mbeumo in?
I would have gone right first to get better control on it, and then got myself.
As a defender, from a defending point of view, I would have shit myself if that ball got put between those 4 defenders in the middle, and Mbeumo, who's got pace, could get on it. Because do you know what I mean? That little killed pass where you just cushion it into the gap. But I think this is a miscontrol. I think the reason this is a miscontrol, and he's gone after the ball.
It is. It's because he didn't set himself properly. He wasn't aware. Now, actually, the centre half, Jarvis, it wasn't bad. He tried to cushion the header. Did you notice? It kind of looped before it dropped. So we tried to cushion the header so we could get there first.
Yeah.
But there, look at the space you've got now as a footballer. Now, at this level, the elite level, we've all played at a good standard. The elite level, you should be trusted to deal with it, do something with it, create something. Whether you flip Mbeumo in, as Mark says, straight away there, or you drag it out to get your crossing, you've got to do something. So I'm going to be critical of Ahmad, not Cunha, on this one. I'm sorry.
I'm not going to break everything down in this situation. But I'm asking one question: when Ahmad is this narrow into the pitch, we have no width. I think one of the number 10s, maybe Bruno, the number 8, should be in this position and pick up that header. So Ahmad would have been here and kept the width, because this player, the fullback of Fiorentina, is way too narrow. They are defending really tight here. So Ahmad should probably be here or even further out on the.
Absolutely.
So again, we miss out on something. I'm not entirely sure always what Amorim is actually trying to do, but it's one of those. So
I don't think this is an Amorim thing, Jarvis, because I think Grace's super chat asked us about inverted fullbacks and why the difference between 3 at the back. I said about second and third play. Now, if you go back to the very start and see where Ahmad is. He's in the perfect position to retain the ball. In his wing back, he's tucked in. The ball is narrow. He can narrow in. He doesn't need to be wide. And then we call about inside to out runs. But as that ball gets chipped over and goes up in the air, there is no one outside of him, which puts 2 players on Mbeumo. So when we were talking about formations and why we don't invert fullbacks, that is a prime example of why. What happens when you do invert, you lose your width.
Don't forget, he's left-footed.
It's just been answered in this video of the inverted. And
don't forget, James, he's left-footed. So why go in? Why not go out? You're left-footed. Bang. To take that down and sweep it right is a piece of piss. Anyone can do that. I could do that. Just get it down, sweep it right, and hit the space. Why are we controlling it and going back into a tight area? As Jarvis said, they're narrow as anything. It
could have been hit first time.
Yeah,
could have. Like you said, it's a looping ball coming down. He could have probably volleyed that if he got his body shape right. And
Mbeumo is occupying 2 players, which we cry out for on a regular basis. Where's the brain? Where's the brain in football? Where is it? These are
I think it's ill discipline. I think he's in the wrong position and made the wrong call. I think that's what we saw there, and I think that's Jarvis. I think you're spot on. When they go to almost to collide, that's probably what he's saying. I've knocked the ball out to where the space I could run into, and you should go outside of me on either on an overlap / underlap, whichever way you want to look at it, how that ball falls.
But this is what I mean when I say things are disjointed. It's not necessarily an error from Ahmad. On the last clip, it wasn't necessarily an error from Dogu, but it's disjointed. It's not connecting. We are not clicking how it should be. And after 5 preseason games, things should start to click. We are 1 week away from the beginning of the Premier League, but as Freddie said, it will take time. And this is why I'm not getting giddy, why people are saying, we are fighting for Champions League, we are getting 4th place next season and stuff like that. I think people need to keep in mind that actually it takes time. And this is why it takes time, because it's details. You have to have sharp footballing brains to come up to a top 4 level. And we're not there yet. That's just what I'm trying to tell you.
This is why I won't give our transfer window like an 8 and 9 out of 10. Because although we signed all the perfect players, and if we go and get the other 2 players that will come on maybe later to mention, yes, amazing. But if they were there at the beginning of pre-season, we would be a so much better team. But coming in now, it's a lot harder.
Yeah, but my question is, why is there no football intelligence then? You're an elite fucking footballer.
There's a general lack of it in football these days, I would say.
But you're an elite footballer playing for Manchester United, the greatest club on the planet. Why can you?
Well, Stu, you have your natural instincts as a footballer. Almost natural instinct for something else. It's not a wing back, so it takes time to drill and learn yourself the new routines. And this is what I'm also
I get that, but he's a left-footed player. Why are you going back into a crowded area? What, this is something I'll never understand. Never understand. Doris, when you were 8 years old, you coach your kids now, because you've told me you coach your kids to play in tight areas, but also look for space. Look for space. It's a tight area. Head on a swivel. Look for space. Ahmad, we've seen his absolute wizardry on his left foot. How many times have we seen him go cross and score goals that we think, no, he's not fucking beating Alisson from there. No way is he beating Alisson from there. He's got the technique, he's got the ability, he's got the brain. And I just struggle to see.
I'm sorry to say it, you wouldn't find Anthony in that position. He would be on the right-hand side of that D, so he's got the whole goal to aim at.
Yeah, he would have pulled it left. He would have pulled it right. You always go away into space rather than into trouble. It's actually, you don't even need a coaching badge for that. It's so obvious, isn't it? But your point's right, because when he plays that really intricate 1-2, Jarvis, Cunha starts following. Ahmad's in front of him. Actually, Cunha's the better place to get the shot in. Because he's got the right foot and doesn't have the right foot. I don't know.
Now, Stu, let's just go into the last clip of players being disjointed when it comes to Man United. You see here, it's Casemiro who's on the ball. He placed the ball into. Let me just tell you what's going on. He placed the ball into Mbeumo, who's dropping, and he just flicks it to Cunha. So. And Bruno is in this position, and he will go here. And you will see the players almost standing upon each other, not knowing what to do. So the ball comes into Mbeumo. He flicks it to Cunha. Now Cunha is on the ball, and Cunha is brilliant on the ball. He takes the ball under control and puts the defender under pressure. That's what he's supposed to do all the time, even in the midfield, carrying the ball, or at the 18-yard box line, controlling the ball and making it difficult for the defending team. But look at this. Look at Bruno here and Cunha. Or is it Bruno or is it? No, it's Ahmad.
I can't. No.
It's Mason Mount on the right, and Mbeumo on the left, Cunha and
Mount is here. So it must be Bruno.
I think it's Bruno.
But look at him.
I think Bruno's on the other side.
They're standing still. There's no movement, and there's no chemistry in how to play football in this situation.
Correct.
So let me play it again.
Correct.
You see, he stops and just waves his arm.
Yeah, correct. You know where the ball is, don't you, Jarvis? I know what you're going to say. You know where the ball is, don't you?
Is it Dorgu?
The ball's here. The ball is here. Go back, Jarvis. Watch Mason Mount backtrack. Run it slowly. Stop it there. There's your ball. Mason Mount in behind the defender.
And then whoever that 16 is continues to run through the big gate, and it's a simple layoff, and it's finished.
I would exactly. Yeah, that's where I put it. There you go. 1-0. Whatever. It's an easy ball. Yeah. That's what Cunha's looking for, Jarvis. Because that's what you have to do, isn't it?
Yeah, that's exactly what you want to do.
Gap here. Yeah, because when you hold on to the ball, he attracts all the defenders.
Yeah,
big gap here. There's a big chance and it's so little details in all of this.
Jarvis, they would pull this up on their video analysis and go, "There's 2 of you marking Mbeumo, there's 3 of you marking Cunha, and you've got a 2v1."
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an easy goal for Mount, that.
And then the
Easy
next
goal.
line would be, thank God United are shit. Because
Easy goal for Mount. Easy goal.
Yeah.
There's your ball. There's your ball there. Straight between the two.
Or not even that. Not even that, Stu.
That's
Look at the way he is before he turns his body. He could play it back. So one's expecting the ball laid to him. So that I can see what he's doing. But Jarvis, this is where you're right. He's seen Mount. And he's going, no, if I play Mount and you keep your run going, you're in. But he's asking for the ball. His arms are down, asking for the ball to feet. But in professional football, to stop and almost go, oh, you almost run into me, you know.
Yeah, but Mount here.
But Bruno wants the ball.
Mount's got the run on the fullback. I would have whipped it into the penalty spot. Goal.
Well, I'm hoping there's a wing back there outside of Mount as well.
It don't matter. Ultimately, Mark, he's got.
No, I'm just saying. If you think about our formation, there should be a wing back coming outside of Mount.
What? I don't know who that is. I can't really tell. It looks like
number
Bruno.
16. And it's Casemiro.
Is it Cass? Doesn't look
Casemiro.
like it.
I can tell you he's wearing the bright white and yellow Predators and there's 16 on his back, and that's Casemiro. Because right at the very start of the clip, Bruno doesn't even make a move. If you go right back to the beginning of the clip.
Oh, sorry.
That's the last one.
There's Bruno, number 8.
Now
watch it play through. Bruno, I've shown for the ball. Ball's come in. He lays it round the corner, and then Bruno just comes out of the game entirely.
Is it Ahmad then?
No, it's number 16. It's Casemiro.
No, it's Casemiro.
Yeah. It's Casemiro. Yeah, you're right.
Either way, it's poor.
He has called for the ball. Be fair, he has asked for that ball. It's very similar to the clip you showed from the first friendly in the States where Cunha was missed and it wasn't played to. So they've called for the ball, and Ugarte does the nutmeg and things like that. But so in a different way, actually, Casemiro isn't going to make that sprint into the box between those players. That ball's going to move too fast for Casemiro to cover that ground.
Yeah, the ball was to make.
He could have played Mount. Mount could have just laid it back to Casemiro, who would be on blank.
Well, could have just cushioned it off the right foot. There's many things that could have happened, but you are so right, Jarvis. This was all game. There was little 1-2s, but they only ever really worked when it was 1-2. And I said this at the start, clipped in behind into space. And all that's going to do is stop a team from pushing up.
I think this is a brilliant question, boxing straight off. The Amorim's tactics must be super complicated if these players can't get it in pre-season. So this is what I mean.
There's been a ban on cameras.
The players' qualities, or is it a little bit of both?
I think it is. There's been a ban on cameras at the training ground. I don't know if you guys have covered it.
It's
even MUFC aren't allowed to cover training footage now because what he's been doing is walking them through where I expect you to be on the pitch. So I don't know if he does something like I like to do, is where you break it down into squares. So you're here.
How can an elite footballer not get it? How can an elite footballer not get it? I mean,
Jamie Redknapp was an elite footballer, but he can barely put 2 and 2 together. Not all footballers are intelligent.
But we're talking, quality footballers here. We are talking people that get up every day, go to a training pitch and play football every day. What do they do? Do they not listen? Do they not look? Do they not talk? Are they lazy? Are they not training hard enough?
Are they selfish?
Well,
this where people are looking to score goals and be good in themselves rather than the system? So this goes back to Jarvis's thumbnail of, is it the players or is it the tactics or is it the system? Whatever you want to look at.
But
that doesn't work for me. I'm going to get my shot off.
But that wasn't system play, was it? That was just evolution of the game. That was not, that wasn't system play. That was brainless football. That was Mason Mount being too lazy to take a gamble. Cunha has got the ability to whip that in with his right foot, put just enough amount of backspin to drop it on the penalty spot. Mason Mount, left foot goal. The end.
But but I think I made my case clear here when it comes to, is it the manager's tactics or is it the players' ability or inability to play his tactics? Are they it's almost like the chicken and the egg. You know, it's what comes first, and this is why I don't know.
I don't want to. I hate using this as comparison because people just get bloody giddy and like are hard on for it. But remember when we signed Eric Cantona? Our formation was 4-4-2, and Cantona did not play as a 2. Okay, he went and done his own thing. He is the example. Stu, you made a good point about Varane. Cantona is the example of someone on a totally different wavelength but made it work.
Absolutely.
Varane is the example in the United team amongst other players who go on a totally different wavelength, and people are like, "That's not how we play." Well, unfortunately, no one knows how we play right now, except Amorim, and except maybe Ugarte, because Ugarte, was at Sporting under him, only briefly, but he would have had an understanding. He was replaced by Neves, and Cunha is used to playing in a 3-5-2, different formation, with 2 up top rather than 1, but he was used to this, how that midfield transitions are going to work. So is it still I think, or my belief is, it's still our players who are 4-3-3, in their brain, the midfield 3, the front 3, they're in their brain and they can't get out of it.
Yeah, but again, I know I keep coming back to it, guys, but look, when you were 8 years old, did you play a 4-3-3? No, you played a 4-4-2. When you were 10 years old, you might have played a 3-5-2. When you were 14 years old, you might have played a 4-2-3-1. When you were 18 years old, you might have played a 4-3-3, whatever. My point being, these are elite footballers, supposed elite footballers. It should not be alien to them to play in a 4-4-2, a 3-5-2, a 4-3-3, a 4-3-2-1, a 4-6-12, whatever you want to fucking call it. It shouldn't be alien. So my question is, Jarvis's question's right. Your answers are right, Mark. But my question is, why is it so fucking difficult to actually understand? When their wife asks them what they want for dinner, do they go, "Oh, fucking hell, I'm going to have to get my coaching manual out to make a decision"? I mean, Jesus, can we have sex tonight? Love? I don't know. I just have to see. Chat GPT, can I have sex with a wife tonight? What the F is going on? But Jarvis, you're absolutely right, and so are you, Mark. My frustration is, we've all been there. Mark, if I said to you, "Look, Mark, you're only used to playing as a wide 10, but I need you as a 9 today. What are you going to do to me?" And say, "Absolutely, Gaffer. No problem. Leave it with me." Because you know how to play. Jarvis, I need you playing centre midfield today as opposed to left wing. Yes, Gaffer. Sure. No, you're not going to moan or whinge. You're on the pitch doing what you do. So, as you quite rightly pointed out, Mark, about the cameras, what the F are they doing? I mean,
well,
me.
Go back to the first 2 friendlies. Why did we look so good in the first 2 friendlies and these players aren't now on the pitch?
Yeah, okay. Yeah. He's
talking seriously, I'm not talking to any one player, but answer me that. Why did we see the shape, the patterns of play coming through, and now we've brought in new players. Of course, they've got to gel, they've got to learn the tactics. But are we integrating them straight away, or are we just trying to get them fit? There's 2 sides to this. Does Højlund come back in for the Arsenal game with Bruno back in the 10 and Casemiro and Ugarte in a pivot, because they all know these roles? Because in the last 2 games, I'm sorry, that can't be our starting formation against Arsenal, because we will get fucking torn apart. But the 2 games against in America, the first 2, Bournemouth and West Ham, yes, we made mistakes, but come on, we worked hard for each other. We're popping the ball around, and I don't get it. Ugarte, he's barely played now in the last 2 games as well, probably because he thinks Bruno's fucking leaves him wide open every game, and he's probably had something to say about it. But can't talk about the captain, because that is the fact. We said about Dallo. Any of these leadership groups, they're going to want to play, and you shouldn't really be putting them in a leadership team if you're not going to play them. And it sends the wrong message to the other players sometimes. It might be the right message for the manager, But
so that's a really good point.
Are arrogant.
It's a really good point, and we do have a lot of arrogance in our team. You know, Jarvis, you were talking about Ahmad particularly, and some of the guys have said, Tavris Tacticos have said, maybe Ahmad doesn't like right wing back. What was the chemistry going to be like if Mazzari was there, as an example? We don't know, do we? We don't know if Mazzari plays Sunday, as an example. We don't know. But when you look at the likes of Mazzari as a great example of a player that you can pick up and put on any pitch and he'll perform. It doesn't matter what position he's in, what formation, the guy performs. Yeah. Okay. Why don't we have that across our pitch? Why can't we do that? The Cunha debate's going to rage for a while, I think, Jarvis. I think you're absolutely 100%. I think the Mbeumo debate will rage as well for a while. Maybe Sesko will completely turn that on its head. We don't know, do we? Because we don't know how Sesko wants to play within this team. But I've always been of the belief, and I've always been with this belief, you know, you have your pre-match meetings, you talk about a variety of things, but be prepared for the unexpected. And we don't seem to be prepared for the unexpected.
We don't produce unexpected.
Yeah, we're not prepared, are we? We cross that white line. You know, we're not prepared. We're not prepared for Mark to run in behind because he's never done it in 3 games. But why aren't we prepared for it? Why shouldn't we be prepared for it? You know what I mean? Or Jarvis using his right peg when we know it's his standing leg. You know, but again, why shouldn't we?
I have 3 legs. 3 legs.
No, hey, but why aren't we prepared for that? And that's the thing, isn't it, guys? Again, everybody in the chat plays football. We all play football, so we understand how just how unexpected the game can be. Now, I've always said, I've been talking about this for years, Mark, even before you joined us. Maybe for 2 or 3 minutes in a game, it'll go what you expect because you're lined up, etc., etc., etc. And then all of a sudden, something will happen that completely changes the way of the game. But we don't. Yeah, we don't seem to be able to fathom that out. We don't seem to be able to think on our feet during a game of football, and that's what bothers me more than anything.
Yeah. I think I know what it is. I genuinely think I know, not exactly what it is, but what is one of the main contributing factors. And that is we do not have talkers on the pitch. We have no communication on the pitch.
We need a Jordan Henderson in our team.
You're right, Jarvis.
A guy who can actually, we talked about that, and we lack a true leader in our team. We are missing someone who can command his troops on the pitch.
100%. Yeah,
that's not Bruno. Everybody knows that's not Bruno.
Yeah. Oh, I totally agree, Pa. Totally agree. I think.
And one of the things, I love Bruno. I do love him as a player, but I hate. Yeah. And giving him the armband was the worst thing we ever did. Same for Harry Maguire. But what I will say is, you can go back and you could watch any game from last season, or you could watch the friendlies. The amount of times you see Bruno switch off because he's trying to tell people where they should be and he's out of position. You see it all the time. He's pointing, yeah. And it's like, Bruno, you're standing still doing that. You're standing still and not getting back in position yourself. You do that when the ball goes out of play, right?
Yeah.
I ain't listening to anyone till the ball's gone out of play. I'm focusing on what my job is. Exactly. When it comes out, I'm either bollocking someone or I'm waiting for my coaches to be doing it from the sideline. There's many a way, but if you don't talk on the pitch, and we can raise the standards in a great new training ground. We can raise the standards in the training itself. But the standard on the pitch, when you cross the white line and it becomes only 11 people who have that standard, that's where it counts. And right now, I feel a divide. I think this fucking PR bullshit about to get is PR.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be interesting to see. I still think we'll win Sunday, mind you, but there you go.
Yeah. I'm not entirely done. I wanna cover one more clip, and it's about playing out from the back, or not exactly playing out from the back, but it's retaining possession under pressure in a back five. And I think we are incredibly poor when it comes to this. We keep the ball a lot of the times, but it's always 99% of the time it's because the opposition team lets us.
Yeah,
they don't press. They fall into shape mid block, low block, and just lets us. But here in this clip, Fiorentina is actually applying some pressure on us, and I think this was in the 14th minute in the game. It's again super poor quality. I don't know if you can see this. The ball is here. I think it's Dorgu who's under pressure. No, it's Heaven. Heaven drops back, plays it with Maguire. See it again. I don't know why Maguire puts the ball in there, because if you look at Maguire, let me just take it back a little bit. When Maguire receives the ball here, there are space here. You should get the ball out here, and then we should move it to the other side.
Correct.
I don't think he needs to do that, Jarvis. I think with his body weight is going backwards. If he just cushions that in front of him, because there's on-running players, he walks into the wide position. Just cushioned it.
Or maybe just carry it.
Yeah.
You might be right. But this is Heaven. How old is he? 18 years old.
He's 18.
30 something. Played hundreds of Premier League games. And Maguire puts him in trouble.
Yeah, he does. Yeah,
he's trapped.
Yeah, the only ball is back to the goalkeeper.
Yeah,
which I don't mind, but we're too slow to play it. Like, if he plays that back and then it's instantly swept out to the right side of centre back, you're out. That's the way you should be playing out from the back. Quick transitional. Your smiley face. If your back line set up correctly, you got your smiley face, Stu, and you just whip it around. You got two centre backs standing so wide.
Too wide. Too wide. Yeah.
Way too wide.
Well, if I was Heaven there, lads, I'd have just popped it off his hip, gone for the throw. But you're absolutely right. The pass from Maguire was abysmal.
But the pass is back here. And Maguire, in the textbook, he should never move against him and close the space.
Nowhere near.
Oh, he's doing it. I don't know why, but he's always doing it. So Heaven can't play Maguire again. He's forced to do. And he takes too long on the ball, so we can't play the goalkeeper, because you see the Fiorentina. I think it's what's his name? Keane.
It's Moises Keane.
I told you. By the way.
So he needs to give it to the wing back.
Yeah.
He took too long, didn't he? He panicked because it was a bad pass, and he took too long with his touches. I think he takes back 2 or 3 touches, like shifting it in his feet here. Like, you see, he doesn't take the touches, but he's on his feet going like that. She's unsure. Where it was either, like you say, a first-time pass to the goalkeeper and play out, or a first-time ball straight up the line. And I think this happened 2 or 3 times within the game where Heaven sort of got caught in that position.
Yeah, he didn't play well. Yeah, he didn't play well.
Well, no, because it's almost like he's been told not to put his foot through it. Because if you're in danger, you're just clipping that down the channel for someone to run onto. But we don't have... Because we're playing wing backs, and the wing back you can see is clearly in front of him. No one's going.
Got to go against the gaffer sometimes. You have to. Got no choice in football. Got to go against the gaffer. You have to. Yeah, my friend. Hey, you can't have that. I coined that ages ago, fella.
But in this clip as well.
But again, let's just play through the whole clip so people know what we're talking about. The ball goes from Heaven up to Dorgu, and Dorgu receives it under pressure. Tries to play it back. Yeah. I think the ball is to Maguire. It's just a bad pass, or I can't even see. But you see Moises Keane intercepts the ball.
That's Casemiro. That was Casemiro. I remember this. He actually did really well for Casemiro to recover. Yeah. And I think it was just like, what the hell are you doing passing me the ball?
But again, do that against Mo Salah. Do that against Saka. Do that against, other top teams. You're done.
Yeah. But it is. Look, there are so many outballs here. There are so many outballs but all our midfielders are tucked in like right now. So we know that's Casemiro, which is the lowest. But there must be an outball on the opposite side of the pitch. So you just sprint over the pitch. Because as long as you clear the central midfield, the player can move on to it.
There's a bigger problem.
You stand and you put your body weight forward and you end up on top of the ball. You don't even play it. You just hold on to the ball.
That's exactly my point. That's exactly what I was going to say. Why can't we have the calmness of holding it? Where's that? Why is that gone out the window? Why have we got to move it first time? I think bath time. It's true. Bath time made a comment a while ago. He's talking about this insistence on no more than 2 touches in a game of football. It's all bollocks. Get it under, hold it, and then wait for somebody to come to you, or wait for an opportunity to present itself.
Good night, Catherine.
Good night, Catherine, my darling. See you. No, I'm not drunk, by the way. I did see your message. I'm not drunk. I'm just a tad under the weather. That's all. But we soldier on. We soldier on.
Too much Calpol.
No, I need some Calpol, actually. I need baby Calpol. I think that'll be it for me. I think that'd... I'm going to take something to knock me out, I think, tonight. Some night nurse or whatever.
So, again, I feel we are disjointed. We can't do the basics, hold on to the ball. But Fiorentina didn't press us that hard. But when they did, we were instantly under pressure. We instantly caved, and we couldn't do what we supposed to do. And
they
again,
it's really hard in the first half, but second half there was no press at all.
Yeah, but I don't blame this on Amorim. I blame it on Maguire. He's the one who thoughts it, because Maguire on the ball, he's not a ball playing centre. He's a brilliant defender, but he's not a ball playing centre back.
No, he's not. He's not. But it's worth pointing out, gentlemen, and we do need to point this part out. We are 3 times cup winners since the end of the season. We've won another one. We lifted the Snapdragon Trophy. Remember that, gentlemen. And what have the Scousers won since the end of the season? Fuck all. 3
Come
times.
on, the Palace.
Come on. And, of course, they didn't lift the Charity Shield today either, did they? So, there you go.
No.
It's always worth pointing.
Thanks to another ex-United goalkeeper.
Yeah, small miracles.
Guys, we are 1 hour 22 minutes into the show. For once, we went on time, 9 p.m. It's just not because of me; it's because of these 2 guys. So thank you, guys. Let's stop analyzing football for a moment and talk a little bit about transfers and what's happened lately, because there are some news. There came some news out tonight, actually, that the Roma is looking at Jadon Sancho, according to Alfredo Pedula, the Italian journalist who's quite credible when it comes to the Italian market. So again, do we see a chance to get rid of Jadon Sancho? Do you feel confident this time?
I thought he was still going to Juventus. So that's what shows what I know. I thought they hadn't pulled out the deal.
I don't know what's going on with Sancho at all. It's gone really quiet, hasn't it?
Well, the report says, let me just read out. Roma has inquired about the cost and the pressed future in the evening with Manchester United's intermediates regarding Jadon Sancho. So far, Sancho has rejected everything up to until today while awaiting for Juventus, which has continued to stall. In the morning today, he rejected the move to Besiktas. This is according to Alfredo Pedula. So Roma is in the race.
I'd have kicked the fuck on that, I would. I'd just kick him out.
I'd put him in the first team training and let him get his legs broken.
I'd just fucking kick him out, I would. Yeah. Just kick him out.
No sympathy from you guys.
No, he can fuck off.
He's rejecting deals. That means he doesn't want to play football.
Yeah,
he's not open to options. He's open to the best deal.
He's an absolute. Who'd have thought when we signed him he would turn out to be such a fucking problem?
Yeah.
Well, it was a problem to bloody sign him as well. But don't bear in mind, we chased him for 2 seasons.
I never would have had him. I was on record, Mark. I never would have taken him.
I didn't think we needed him. And then to walk into the club and go, no, I want to play on the opposite side of the pitch. Well, sorry, mate, but your mate Rashford's playing there. So you're obviously not going to play on his position, are you?
Yeah.
You know, that would have been a red flag straight away in the negotiations. But, you know, what do we know? We are not an ex-banker, so we don't know how to negotiate.
Stupid deal. Absolutely stupid deal. We should, we should get him in. His representatives, you're gone. We're not going to, you're just gone.
Yeah, he must know by now. He's not allowed to train with the first team.
No. But I will always say, look at Anthony. Anthony is a prime example. You can love him, you can hate him, you can think he's the shittest player in the world, but he's done everything right. He went on loan. He's done the business on loan. We're not hearing anything about him. He must still be training somewhere. We keep hearing horrendous reports about how Betis want to try and structure a deal. That's a different story, but that's what you should be doing, isn't it? Just go out, play football, and someone will come and take you when the time is right.
You know, the thing with Anthony as well, look, I agree with you, Mark. I think Anthony's done everything right. I think he's a stellar professional. I'll agree. I think you're right. Betis can't afford him. That's obviously very, very clear. Betis are waiting for us to blink. Maybe Anthony's turned around and said, look, trust me, I'll get the deal done somehow. I'll take a wage cut on, cancel my contract. I won't take the salary or whatever. Maybe he will do that. But I think Anthony to Betis gets done. Sancho is a real fucking issue. Garnacho gets done to Chelsea. I think we'll all agree with that.
There's only one deal I want, and that's Greenwood to Saudi. Then that's 75 million in our pocket.
He's no way. He's not moving from Marseille. He's too good. I mean,
he tore Villa apart yesterday, didn't he?
Well, Mings got upset with him, didn't he? He's just too good. He's just way too good.
That was on Greenwood. That was.
It was, yeah. But he's
totally on Greenwood. I've seen the clips, but I mean, he tore them apart. I think he scored 2.
He scored twice, and he set up 2, didn't he? Or at least 1.
Yeah, absolutely rinsed them. But Rashmano says Anthony's turned down clubs. I would like to know what clubs he's turned down.
He's turned a lot. He's turned a lot down. Yeah, he's turned a lot down. I think he's turned Saudi as well. Mark.
Oh yeah, well, I don't class Saudi as a club. That's a human rights thing for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know what's going to happen, but I think it's time. I think he needs to make a decision. The season is starting in 1 week and is still here. That's one of my biggest worries. But we can't do nothing about it. Let's just hope he leaves soon. There's other updates when it comes to Donnarumma. It's Anil Kandola coming in with the story, and Anil, TalkSports, semi-reliable. PSG goalkeeper Gianluigi Donnarumma wants to join Manchester United this summer. There's nothing new. I could have written that. Stu could have written that. Maybe Mark even could have written that one.
I don't know about that.
I could have written it.
We have been sitting here dreaming about Donnarumma many of times. So again, do you think it's just going to happen? £26 million?
Stock answer, Jarvis. Who needs a top-class goalkeeper? Real Madrid? No. Barcelona? No. City? Liverpool? No one needs him. No one needs him. That's why. I actually think he would like to join Manchester United. Why wouldn't you want Manchester United? What a CV, by the way. AC Milan, PSG, Manchester United. I mean, what a CV. I mean, let's be honest. Who I know it's a stock answer, Jarvis. I know, and I appreciate that, but it's true though, isn't it? Who needs a top class goalkeeper now? Right now, at all the top clubs, who needs one?
Only us.
We're the only one.
Tell me a top class keeper that goes for 26 million.
Oh, sorry, Jamie. Yeah. What do you think, guys? 26 mil? I think it's an absolute fucking steal for him.
26 million, 26 years of age.
I think it's
50 million a year, maybe 18.
Does he want 250 a week? Did I read?
I don't care.
Did I read he wants 250 a week?
Has he come out that he wants 250?
That's what I read.
Goalkeepers in the world.
Okay.
Top 5 goalkeepers in the world. I've got him up there. Alisson, some would say Edison, but let's be fair, they can't both play their international football. Then
can I just point out, how good was Alisson today at clearing up?
Yeah.
You know, coming for crosses, clearing up wayward passes. I thought he was outstanding today, Alisson. So if Donnarumma offered us that mark, yeah, all day long.
I generally, I know we spoke about it Thursday night as it sort of broke, didn't it? For 26 million, 200. So you're saving an absolute fortune on a world-class keeper. And so you just put it in his wages. Absolutely just put it in his wages. Put it in his clean sheet bonuses. Do whatever you fucking need. But
I agree.
A world-class goalkeeper, there are issues with him. There are issues why PSG are getting rid of him. Apparently he has a bad attitude and things like that.
Apparently. Yeah.
Well, as I always go back to when people say a lot of this, so did Eric Cantona.
So
didn't have a bad attitude at Manchester United because we got it under control. This is about how good the manager is. This is about how the culture has changed, where you come in and go, hey, we'll sign you, but I don't want any of that shit going on. Do you know what I mean? But you've done everywhere else. But I didn't hear bad things about him at AC Milan, only at PSG. Yeah. So let's look at the club and then go, that might have something to do with it. Let's look at the atmosphere being in France. You know,
he gets us 12 points a season. By the way, Jamie, I think you're right about Zubimanda. It'll be a problem. He's a brilliant footballer. Jamie.
By the way, there was a question here from Trev. I want you guys to answer. It's about where is here it is. No, it's not the right one.
Yeah, he asked about 9 to 12 points a season, Jarvis.
Yes.
Yeah, totally, he will. Yeah, I believe he does. Look, I wanted Martinez, and Jarvis. Why did I want Martinez? Not because of his goalkeeper ability, because he's a tosser. He would be great for us. We need that attitude. You know, we're crying out for attitude, aren't we? I've always played in front of a goalkeeper that's been an absolute bastard. Yeah, you fucking, Wally, you can't fucking out of this. Yep. You can't fucking clear that. That's what you want. You need that aggression, that anger behind you.
Keep you focused on your game.
Yeah.
Saying it at the right time. It's not saying it when you're going up for a header. It's, all right, you've lost that header, make sure you win the next one.
Yes.
You know,
exactly.
I need to bail you out. And they give you shit all game.
Exactly
right. And I love it. I'm there for it. You know, and Donnarumma, whether it's 12 points, whatever you want to say, that guy, he beat Aston Villa because Aston Villa should have knocked PSG out. He then went on to knock out Liverpool by making 4 or 5 world-class saves late on in the game, but would have got them eliminated. He wins the Champions League.
And City. Don't forget City, but City got beat 4-1.
But yeah, I can't remember the saves, but these are clear saves. I do remember.
Yeah, no, he was good at City, but
a 6'5" guy is getting down to his bottom corner by his feet so quick. You know, Nick Pope could only dream to get down that quick.
I agree. If we could get him, I think I wasn't overly impressed. I wouldn't have wanted him a few months ago.
You can't not get him, Stu. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, 26 million, and he states he wants to come to United. He's even liked a Man United post.
But again, let's be clear. Where else could he go?
Well, that's what I mean. You can't not get him.
There's nowhere else for him to go, is there? He could go to he could go to Bodo Glimt.
Take my money. Take my money now. I'll give you the money for him. He comes to you. Job done. It's as straightforward a deal as it can be.
Bodo Glimt to win the Champions League next year, Jarvis. With
yeah. Sure they are. They will win it.
Yeah.
But you heard it here first. Guys.
It's not the only transfer. That's what I will say, though. That's why I think they might be holding off.
It's time for a segment that we have been doing a lot of times. Something new. It's with the twist. So let me just play the jingle. Yes, guys, welcome to the Daily Jackson. And Stu, do you have something to add when it comes to Sir Nicholas Jackson?
Well, unfortunately, I bumped into him at the Hungaro ring. I was sitting down, and anyway, this guy come up to me. He was selling ice lollies and things like that in a Manchester United shirt, and he turned around and he just went like that to me. Jackson. And then he gave me a free lollipop. Yeah, he gave me a free lollipop, and then he fucked off. So Nicholas Jackson at the Hungarian F1, the legend.
It's not the first time Stu's seen men handing out sweets on street corners.
Hey, it was a nice one. Absolutely brilliant. We love Nicholas Jackson, absolute legend. He's rated at 80 million by Chelsea, I believe.
I'm sorry, Miss Jackson, but this is not about Nicholas Jackson. Sorry that I had to just play it because I feel this is as stupid, and it is from none other than the Times. No, the Sun. Sport.
No.
And it's about
I saw
Simply United. Dominic Calvert-Lewin has split with his agent and will handle his own negotiations in search for a new club. He's targeting a move to Manchester United as a backup to Benjamin Sesko. And this is from the reliable source of Sun Sports. You know, I felt this was in the same world as Nicholas Jackson news. It's just as stupid and it's purely BS. So, guys, girls, don't worry. We are not citing Calvert-Lewin. We are not.
Jarvis, he hasn't quite got the stance, has he? He hasn't got it.
No.
I read that he sacked his agent because he couldn't get him a move to Manchester United. That's what I read. I think it's hilarious. That.
Maybe we should just create the Daily Dominic after this. You know, it's.
Jamie was saying, by the way, that Donnarumma is 20 million.
Even better. It might be 26 million euros, 20 million pound. But
I think 26 million euros is about 26 million quid, isn't it? In a minute, isn't it about 1 for 1?
Yeah.
1 for 1.
Yeah, it's not great exchange rate, but you know what I mean. Like it's less than 30. I would give him 30 to have him come on a plane tomorrow morning, ready for a medical. I see the chat say a lot about him. Actually,
that's a great point. That is. I'll give Bath Time's right there. He thrived under Ancelotti, didn't he? If you remember, till he got injured, he thrived under him. I'd agree with that. Bath Time, 100%, mate.
Yeah,
that's a really good point. Actually. Really good point.
And do you know all he did? He worked in between the white posts and got himself in, ball at the back post. He scored a lot of headers.
Comment of the night from Brian. I want to do it weekend with Salma Hayek, but that just isn't going to happen. Brian, you never know, mate. Keep dreaming, pal. Keep dreaming. In fact, we'll all dream with you on that one. Next time you're on, we'll put a Salma Hayek picture on just for you, Brian, because we would dream. If you can pull that off, pal, you would be a legend in everybody's eyes. So keep dreaming. Keep dreaming. I love that quote. Brilliant.
Yes.
But also, Bath Time's right. It's a brilliant observation. That is very, very, very true. Very true. He had a stellar season that season, if I remember rightly.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, that was. It's only. Or he had 2 good seasons, but I think that was one of them. The first one with Ancelotti.
I don't know Bath Time. You might be able to tell us. I don't know if he reached double figures, but he did score more. And then he got injured, didn't he?
It's his only good season because it's the only one he stayed. Funny enough, it's also the only season where he stayed the fittest for played the half a season.
If we can get Donnarumma for 20 million, Jarvis, just transfer the cash way after the show.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Just 20 million. That's all it is. It's only 20 mil. Yeah,
I'll transfer it right away.
Get it done.
This is an instalment payment for some of our other players we've signed this year. It's just a done deal. I know people are saying he's got mistakes in him. Every goalkeeper does. Trust me, that's why you like the ball up the other end of the pitch, okay?
Become a billionaire.
Guys, can I just quickly, because I want to do a Q&A because we have skipped it the last couple of shows.
Yeah,
we have questions. 2 updates. One is about Højlund. The other one is about Baleba. Every other channels have talked the Baleba deal to death, so I'm not going to delve too much into it. But Marco Alcaraz comes in and say Brighton has allowed Carlos Baleba's agent to discuss personal terms with Manchester United.
Yeah.
The green light came a few days ago. Financials will be key in this potential deal, and MUFC are not currently looking at any alternatives to Baleba. But there are conflicting sources. There are other sources. Someone saying we are looking at Wharton as the backup. Who knows? Again, quick around the panel. Baleba,
if you're looking at Wharton, if you're looking at Wharton, Jarvis, then you're definitely looking at Baleba, because you're looking at similar money, aren't you?
100 million.
But you're looking at a different player. One is a holding midfielder. One is an 8. One is a 6.
My point is you're looking at the same money.
You're looking at spending 100 million.
Yeah, that's my point. So maybe there's more to Baleba than we all thought when this got floated a couple of days ago. If you are looking at spending 100 mil, what do you do?
Well,
actually, who's a better fit for us? That's a better question. Who's a better fit?
Wharton's the better fit because he's the holding midfielder to allow Bruno to push forward. That's what makes him a better fit. He is not an option right now. Baleba apparently is the one and only midfielder we are currently looking at. That's the one they've chosen. It's the first choice. You know what we've been speaking about last couple of weeks saying?
Yeah.
Number one, if you can't get number one, sign a different position. Baleba agent has been allowed to speak. An agent can speak to a club as much as he wants, as long as he does not speak to the player. Yeah. That's what the tapping up rule is. As last time I checked it, but I know it changes a lot.
That's true. That's true.
No club allows an agent to do it. We know that from the Bruno with the Saudis. There was no Bruno's agent was out there 3 times, and the club had never had contact from Saudi. So there was no. We allowed him to do it. That's maybe there was some manners there. There's also talk about him handing in a transfer request. He's not going to do that. That's come from the club, from good enough people I know around the club. He's not going to do that because he respects being brought to English football. You know? Yes, nearly all of these South American players pretty much grew up, if they're of an age, I don't know, of in the later 20s, you would say as Man United fans. We were still loved and adored and doing something with the ball. But he was it Espen, who's the one who's gone the left back? He's a United fan. He's managed to go to left back. Remember, he scored against us, scored a screamer in the first 10 years. Managed to score against Man United.
Yeah.
You know, so these players want to come to Man United. That's the number one key. They want to come to Man United. And I feel that's why we would push.
Here's your problem. If you don't get him this summer, we ain't getting him. Yeah, we ain't getting him.
No, but if you're choosing between Wharton and
next season, maybe flops. We never know when it comes to footballers. Second season syndrome.
The thing about Baleba is you're going to have an issue, aren't you, up at City? Rodri's injured yet again. Now people will point to Rangers. You've got Rangers in, etc. You've got Turkey in. But if you're City and you think you can get Baleba out of Brighton, the problem is now is nobody thought Baleba was for sale. Nobody.
Everyone's for sale at the right price.
We've gone in, we've rattled the cage quite a lot by the looks of it. If we don't get him now, you're going to be fishing in a bigger pond with equally big fish. Now, let's be honest. Everybody was raving about Wirtz. Wirtz will be an absolute game changer. Got the shit kicked out of him today, didn't he? Wirtz got the shit kicked out of him. Couldn't get into it. Just Ekitike was knackered by 60 minutes today. He was wild before that. Knackered by 60 minutes. He was gone. Finished. That's to drag him off. Frimpong was the only one that really demonstrated anything.
That's because he's an athlete. Frimpong is what I wanted as our right wing back.
Baleba, if we don't get him, you're going to have City crawling all over him. You really are. Chelsea crawling all over him.
Yeah.
And probably Liverpool.
I'll tell you now.
Sign them now. Sign them now. That's what you're saying.
You've got to get him now, Jarvis. Yeah,
yeah.
I think. Now we've got this far down. If we are this far down, and let's face it, guys, Romano has not shut it down at all, has he?
No, the contact's there. The contact's clearly there. It was spoken. So I've got one of the guys I work with, and my best mate were at the. It's not an AGM, but Brighton do like a fans open night where they talked about the new women's stadium to be built and things like that.
Yeah,
they did not shut it down there. All they said was, we have a price for him, and the price has not been met, so he will not be going anywhere, or words to that effect. I can't remember the exact words. It was spoken about by the board directly to the fans.
Okay,
they are a selling club. That's what those words we use. We sell our players, and that's what's going to be the first team that has a purpose-built women's stadium for them, because they're going to have the money to do that.
Yeah,
every player they sell them for 100 million. That's a dodgy deal in its own. Because where's the flops? Why are you selling these players? You'd be in the Champions League by now.
Do you know, somebody joked the other day, I thought it was a great one. They said, forget Baleba, let's go and buy who Brighton are wanting to buy for Baleba. I thought that was quite good, that.
But so we can't.
Baleba.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what they're doing. Casino, Baleba. But
Baleba's Casino's replacement.
What's his origin? What country is he from?
He's African, so that's the other downside. Another player, we lose the African Cup if we sign him.
Cameroonian, West Africa.
Oh, he's Cameroonian, is he?
Yeah. And I believe he ruined with Anana.
Oh, okay. Oh well.
Agent Anana.
Oh,
that's where people have been putting 2 and 2 together, isn't it? And Anna's not been injured all pre-season. He's been working on Baleba on holiday.
Connecting the dots.
Yes.
I'm just going to say Andrea Johannesson, big up, a new name I haven't seen in the chat before. Big up, Andrea. Sesko is going to start on the bench, ? Apparently, Man United are going to schedule an internal game this week against a local team. So both Sesko and Onana get some vital game time before the Arsenal game. So I wouldn't be surprised if we will see both of them in action against Arsenal. Maybe not as starters, at least when it comes to Sesko, but we will definitely see Sesko on the pitch, I feel, after this. Yeah, so it's like almost an emergency friendly just to get everybody in shape and in match fitness in the last minute. Is this a smart move, or should we just not rush it?
They did it last year. They did it last summer. They always do it.
Yeah, it's a local Manchester team they play.
Burnley or Bolton, or it's somebody local.
It's normally like Bury or someone like that.
Yeah, Bury, or when they're alive.
Yeah,
it was Bury. But I'll just go into Carrington, and they'll play. Yeah, they'll it's one of those.
Is it Tipton Town?
Well, I can't really divulge yet, but there is a reason I'm wearing this. The mighty. We got a really good draw yesterday, by the way.
I'll come out of retirement if you were playing them.
Yeah, I've got a really good draw yesterday. Jarvis, by the way, I meant to tell you, my centre-back partner, Matt, dislocation and multiple fractures of his.
Jarvis he got put in hospital by the mighty Tipton Town centre-back.
Yes, I went. Yeah, okay. Let's not go into it.
Yeah, let's give him the whole story. Did you win the ball?
Yes, I got turned slightly, but I come in on a nice slide, but I didn't see Matt come over. So as I tackled him, the lad, who was quite a big lad, kind of went over and fell onto Matt, and then Matt kind of went like that with his ankle, and it was horrible. I'm a little bit to blame, I'm afraid.
Similar to the second injury. You remember when he got injured on the byline?
Yeah,
it was like a slow tackle, but he just tangled into each other, and you could just see his. Yeah.
I don't think Matt will play again. We'll have an op tomorrow, but I don't think he'll play again.
Yeah. Guys, are you ready for some Q&A before we wrap it up?
Yeah, let's do a 10-minute.
I forgot. Højlund, just one.
Oh, yes.
Is from my good friend Rushmano comes in his TikTok, YouTube channel, no, X channel, Twitter channel, that's what we call it. Transfers MUFC coming in and say AC Milan has proposed a £4 million loan fee for Rasmus Højlund with an optional £39 million buy clause if he performs well. And the source is Nate Salt 1. So again, not going to have a big Højlund debate, but should we go for a loan deal with an option to sell for us, or should we just loan and try to take him back after next season when he has more experience? Because I think that's the more proper question when it comes to Højlund.
I think that poses not a problem. I think the loan poses a problem.
Well, take your chance, don't you? Unfortunately,
no. Generally, though, I know that's football, right? You do take a chance. What if he scores 20 goals and Sesko struggles like Højlund did?
Yeah.
Because I generally feel the leagues he's been linked with, Germany, Italy, he can score more goals, right?
Well, I'm going to tell you, I think that tweet's got legs.
It's a second or third time I've seen him linked to Milan.
Because I saw a tweet the other day that said we'll take a $6 million offer with 37 million option to buy. So that's a credible link with 4 million up front, 39. Difficult one really, but I think they want to raise money. So I think he goes.
So should it be an option or should it be a loan to buy?
It's an option, not an obligation, isn't it?
Yeah, so that's that's the other thing I'm saying. What if he does well and you've got to bring him back and he's outscored your striker, okay, in a different league. He'll also be playing European football.
Yeah, option's good for us rather than obligation. I agree. Option's better.
Yeah, because then other teams can come in for him.
And you know what that'll mean, don't you? We're going to pay what for Baleba, aren't we, over a period of time? What does Højlund earn? 10 million? 8 million?
He's not on massive money at all. He's actually still on quite low money. So
he's still going to
he's going
to earn a minimum 5, isn't he? 5 million a year. So yeah, we're going to free up some of that money, aren't we? So I don't know. Garnacho's the key, isn't it? We need to get rid of Garnacho. That's the key, isn't it?
Yeah, we are waiting for Chelsea on that one, but it's a never-ending story, and we will never know the end of it. It feels like it right now. And the madness comes in and say Højlund is young and he needs time to develop. Erik Ten Hag put him in the depth with the massive expectation.
I don't think it was intentional. I generally don't think that was intentional. But
they wanted Harry Kane, didn't they? They were hoping to buy Harry Kane, weren't they? I mean, he's come out and said, hasn't he, Jim? They wanted Harry Kane and Højlund. They wanted
again a panic signing at the end of the end of the window. So it's just
if they had signed Harry Kane for 100 million, Atlanta wouldn't have been. They wouldn't have got 70. They wouldn't have got 50. We would have got him for about 40 million.
Correct.
It's because all the time we couldn't sign him, we now needed him, and it was smart business by the selling team and shit business by us.
Correct. Absolutely correct.
I think the consensus is with the United fans that we actually need to get rid of Højlund. Loan is okay, fine by me, but I want him out because I think he will never succeed at Man United. That's just how I see it, but I wish him a brilliant career, and I hope he scores a lot of goals in Italy and for Denmark in the years to come. Yeah, he is a good striker, but he's not the level we need at the current moment. That's
and don't forget, gents, Tammy Abraham performed very, very well at AC Milan.
Oh, God, yeah.
Admirable, to be fair.
Roma. Is it Roma?
He played at AC Milan as well.
Oh, okay.
Played Roma, AC Milan, but Derby. It's only the Premier League where it didn't really work for him.
Correct. Absolutely correct. Yeah, he scored a few goals for AC Milan.
Which is the irony about the Gyökeres, because if you think about what he did goals-wise for Derby and AC Milan and that, what would he score in the Portuguese league? So that's what I always say. You've got to look at, it's not always about how many goals they scored, it's about the league they're playing in.
Yeah, no, I agree, Mark. I think you're right, mate. I think you're right on that one.
This one from
that's quite interesting. Yeah. Was that what your numbers pulled up, Jarvis? Or
well, it's not my numbers. I think I read it on. I think it was the Swedish Rumble who calculated some numbers, but I think it's in the ballpark. It sounds about right. So yeah, I think we have money, and as I said, we also have the credit card. 140 million available.
Yeah, plus we got credit, haven't we? Here you go, lads. Amorim got 60 goals for Roma in 2 seasons. There you go. That's fucking good on that is. That really is. Stu is the Højlund of Tipton Town, couldn't score in a brothel except for OGs. Trev, you know I can score in a brothel. We were there over the weekend, fella. Come on, I've got the pictures. Remember, I've got you on the uncompromising position. Just send me some money. We'll be all right, fella. Love you really, Trev. You know that. You're an absolute legend. You've cheered me up and I'm feeling rough as fuck tonight, so you've cheered me up. Thank you very much.
Stu's back in the hot seat. It must be abuse mark time.
It is. It's Q&A time.
Let's do a Q&A.
Ready? I'm going to play the...
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, Jarvis, we looked very youthful in that little clip, didn't we? Very youthful.
Long time ago in a galaxy far away.
Yes, in a galaxy very far away. Ladies and gentlemen, that is 307 combined watching. Please get us up to 100 likes. And just before we go to the Q&A, we have 1.4K. We've hit 1,400 subscribers. Thank you so much to anyone that's subscribed to us. Thank you all as well for the super chats. It goes a long way in helping Jarvis and myself. The channel doesn't make any money. We seem to. I'm Mark now. Yes, he's become a regular. We seem shadow banned again, don't we? We just seem to be creeping up again. But anything you could do to get our channel out there would be greatly appreciated.
Yes.
Grace and I'm Titanium. Thank you so much for the super chats. That's absolutely brilliant. We've got a few questions. I'll try to ask them without coughing. Trev's first up. And Trev says, so do you think Amorim will actually change systems this season? As he's previously stated, he will die by his style of play. Jarvis, I will ask you that one.
No, he's not going to change his system, but it will look differently with different players. That's the thing. But I think he's been experimenting by defending in a 4-4-2 a little bit, because last season we were defending like in a 5-2-3 or a 5-3-2, but now we are more in a 4-4-2 shape in some of the friendlies. But maybe that's the solution, but I don't think it's defensively where we are struggling. It's our offense. It's how we create chances and score goals. So still we struggle with the same thing. As I said, it's the patterns. It looks disjointed. Even for me, I feel sometimes it's obvious things that can be fixed, but we will see. And I think Amorim will do good, but he needs backing. And it looks like we get the right proper backing now. If we get Baleba and Donnarumma in, there's no excuses. We just need to perform and start winning games.
I agree. Young superstar of the footballing fraternity just walked past Jarvis, young Philip. What an absolute legend he is.
Always in his United shirt. Always.
Well, that's how it should be. That's how it should be. Trev, I hope that's answered your question. Very quick one for Jarvis. Oh, God. Are you in Greece or Japan? I don't know where you got Japan from, but anyway.
Slide indoors. It's got to be the slide indoors.
Well, my kids asked me when we landed at the airport, are we in China?
Oh, really?
I was like, no. Why do you ask? Well, the sign says China. No. Shania.
Yes. Shania.
So it's Shania, and so almost China. Well, yeah, I'm in Greece. China. Enjoying my holiday with the kids.
Oh yeah, see, and trust me, he's having a great time. 5-star hotel, ladies and gentlemen. I just thought I'd point that out. You know, he doesn't go 2-star. He doesn't go to. Do you, Jarvis?
I thought it was one of the 6 stars.
Well, they've got a 6-star. Jarvis, he didn't want to say anything. He did write to me. He said, "You won't believe it, Stu. I'm slumming it here. 5-star hotel. Jesus, what's going on?" He goes. I was disappointed for him. I couldn't believe it. No, Jarvis, it's great that you've joined us, mate. It really is. I couldn't join when I was in Hungary last week because I was giving it some of that. So
yeah.
He's answered that. Ferman Lopez Rashmano has decided to stay at Barcelona. Gentlemen,
yes. Big up. Thank you for the update, Rashmano. Thank you.
Here's a great question, Obi. Love this question. This is for you, Mark. Is social media ruining football, such as tactics, individual roles? Football has changed a lot over the past years. Doesn't look the same as the 90s, etc. You and me, Obi, exactly the same on that one. Mark?
Well, it's a bit of an awkward question to answer because technically we are social media.
I think he's not specifically talking about us.
Well, you're talking about the posts rather than...
Yeah, he's talking about posts and he's talking about other
absolutely.
channels. Yeah.
I don't believe that any sports star should be on social media. I think if you take that out, that takes their headspace to somewhere else. Right? So if you look at any normal job, let me just clarify what I mean is, I can't put a negative comment on about my workplace. It's classed as gross misconduct, right?
Yeah.
And you'll find a company will only ever put positive things out. Why would we put a professional athlete in a scenario where they're only really, you have your fans, you can be Man United, you can have 1 billion fans. There are still 6 billion people to abuse you. You're never going to have more on your side than against you, right? So why put yourself in that scenario? That's from the footballer, the mentality. As for tactics, individual roles, everything is...
Hello, mate. Hello.
As for tactics, individual roles, the game is overanalyzed now by some people who really don't know what they're talking about. I've seen some other shows doing what Jarvis and you have done for forever now, like with your tactical breakdowns, and you're looking at it and they look like me on a Sunday when I've been given a shit changing room to change and I've got a normal little plastic tactics board. Do you know what I mean? You're like, yeah, if he does it, come on, that's not how it is. So yeah, I do think social media has ruined football.
Mark, I think you're right, mate, and I think you've articulated that very eloquently. I've been sharing some clips with Jarvis on TikTok just recently of some football in the 80s, Manchester United. It comes up on my timeline, and some of the stuff's brilliant in it, Jarvis. You know, the lads doing their own fitness work and training and that. And there was a humbleness attached to it, but there was such a reality of everyday life attached to it. And it's changed completely. And I'm not a fan of Dean Saunders in any stretch of imagination, but if you listen to his rant on TalkSport the other day, he was absolutely accurate.
What about the positions, about the words? Yeah, it's so true.
He was accurate. And this is just coming from a player who just wanted to play football. So I like that question, Obi. I think it's a really, really solid question. So thanks very much for asking that.
Oh, by the way, Obi is J United, one of our moderators. He's just changed his profile for the next season. Obi, Kobe, and he's a Star Wars fan. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Same as me.
We love you anyway, Obi.
Big Star Wars fan. So yeah,
Top
big
drawer.
up, Jake.
Jarvis,
Yes.
as you are on holiday, I wonder, did you bring your budgie smugglers for your third leg? Trev's on absolute fire tonight.
I regretted right away when I said that joke.
You did,
And I
yes.
promise I'll never say it out loud again.
Swiftly moving on. Trev, I'll be quick on this one. Will Sesko or Gyökeres be more successful in the Premier League this season? No idea, mate, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree.
I couldn't call it. We don't know what Sesko is going to give us, and we don't know what Gyökeres is going to give Arsenal. So ask us again at Christmas, and we'll be able to give you a better answer to that one.
Okay, let's not sit on the fence. Just say one.
Sesko.
Mark.
Yeah, no, I don't think Gyökeres is going to work in the formation at Arsenal. So Sesko.
No. Gyökeres will score more goals than Sesko.
He should, shouldn't he?
I'm almost 90% sure he will score more goals. You know, Arsenal is a well-functioning machine. Man United are not. Yes. Sesko is coming in late in the transfer window. Let's not delude ourselves. Gyökeres will score more goals than Sesko. But, you know, you have to see it in a longer perspective. Sesko is young, and give him 3 years, and Sesko will be a much better striker than Gyökeres.
It seems to be Sesko. Yeah, Sesko seems to be winning at the moment. Also, though, I think Sesko scores more headers as well. Fred the Reds.
Gyökeres' goal scoring record for the last, let's say, 3 seasons.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Different league, but I know what you mean.
Jarvis, he scored 30 goals against the bottom 10 teams. Out of his 50. Bottom 10 teams in the league, he scored 30 of his goals against the bottom teams. So, and out of the 20 something he had left, there were penalties and free kicks, a lot of them. So,
yeah,
you've still got to score. Don't get me wrong, but you know, I'll take 30 goals against.
You can only score against what you're up against, you know. So it's not that easy, but you know, time will tell. But it's just my hunch, my gut feeling tells me Gyökeres will score more goals next season. But you know, give it a couple of years, and Sesko will be a monster.
I think so. I'd agree.
Yeah.
Question to the panel, very very quickly. Did you know that Diego Leon has changed his shirt number? I did.
I saw the same leak as everyone else, I think.
It was a picture. It was a picture, wasn't it? Yes, I think Sesko wants to wear number 30.
That's what he wears at RB. And yes, Diego Leon had his shirt number swapped to 35 after his contract's been signed. And you can only do that by an agreement that you let your shirt number go once it's within your contract. So.
Meaning what then, gentlemen? Meaning that Sesko was signed a few days earlier because Leon signed his contract a few days earlier.
Meaning that when you do your negotiations, it's part of the negotiations to what shirt number you want to wear.
But isn't it quite interesting that it was played out for an extra 2 or 3 days or whatever? But
oh yeah, no, I agree. But what did I say to you, Stu? I said that's him on the Saturday. Announced on the Saturday, just before kickoff,
isn't it? Yeah.
I'll tell you now, no one had the balls to say I want the number 7 shirt off a Mount.
Crikey. No, that's true. Brian, do you think Bruno has pictures of Amorim?
Compromising pictures. Yeah.
Ask Trev, Brian. Trev knows all about compromising pictures, don't you, Trev? Right. What else have we got? Just a yes or no. Mark, is the Bob Lazar story true or false?
I would say it's 55% true.
Okay, lovely.
Is that the one with the UFOs?
It's the one. 51? Bob Lazar was a scientist, apparently taken not at Area 51, but another black site, and they were reverse engineering unidentified technology.
Yes.
It's something for all companies do, but it's meant to be like the story has changed over years. That's why I say it might have been true, but it might have now got artistic license to it.
Who knows? Only Bob Lazar.
Well, everyone else who's tried to talk about it has been either has killed or disappeared, like as in they've been bad mouthed, bad enough that they have no credibility. He's the only one.
About it for then. Stop. Get off. Get off.
I said 55.
Yes, get off.
I'm no scientist.
Quiet. The show's over. All of a sudden. Shivam has got a very good question for Jarvis. Do you think Cunha will be as good as he was at Wolves? I believe he would downgrade and won't be as good. Oh, okay. Really interesting.
I agree with that.
So, Jarvis, do you think he will be as good? Shivam isn't convinced. That's really interesting.
Goes right along the lines of what he was saying earlier.
Cash up.
Yeah. I didn't want to
cash up. Yeah. Well, to be honest, when it comes to Cunha, I think he will be as good. But he has individual brilliance, and we saw it against Fiorentina. He can do things no one else can do in this Man United team. Is he surrounded by better or worse players at Man United than Wolves? I think he's surrounded by better players, and I think he will perform better. But we got to give it some time. As I said in the tactical breakdown, I think he needs some time to figure out his teammates, how to get everything to click, to get the timing right. Because a lot of things in football is about timing. How quick you run into a position while you wait, how you signal. A lot of football is played without saying anything. You just do it because it's the obvious thing to do. I don't know, Mark. Can you elaborate?
Whether you play on instinct or you play to the tactics that are in front of you. So Cunha, going back to the Cunha one, he said in his interview that he was given a freedom at Wolves. And funny enough, he then went on to have this great season. Before that, he was playing the structured positional tactics that did not suit him. So there's your conundrum. He's now coming back into a system where he's not going to necessarily have that freedom unless it's a false nine kind of thing where there's rotation and freedom to move. But Jarvis, the way you said it was fine. You either play on instinct or you play because that's where I've been told I've got to make that run. I've got to be in that position. Right now, that is what we're being led to believe is Amorim's way. You will be here and you will play like this. It's very Pep-esque.
You watch him Sunday. He'll have a lot of space on Sunday because Arsenal play with high fullbacks. He'll have a lot of space on Sunday, and I think him and Mbeumo Sunday will be our winning combination.
Do you think he'll run and celebrate if he scores in front of like the dugout? You could have had me, but you chose him.
Gyökeres.
Yeah, well, no. Sesko. If Sesko scores, it's been said that Gyökeres was signed by the sporting director, but the manager wanted Sesko.
Yeah, I've read that. Yeah, well, that'll be interesting. But I think I think you're both right. Actually, Cunha has been hamstrung in the past. He was excellent last year for Wolves, and he does play a lot on instinct. And you can't remove that type of instinct from a player like Cunha because that's his danger.
And he's not the only one. That's Mbeumo as well.
Mbeumo's the same, and I think Amorim should know this. Because I'm guessing that's why he bought them. I'm hoping. But I think you'll see Fiorentina quite tight against them. They were swarming in and around Mbeumo, they're swarming in and around Cunha. Wolves, Arsenal won't do that Sunday. They'll allow Zubimendi, Rice to play. You got Baleba, Gabriel and Saliba having you decent centre halves, I think, but they're not great on the fullbacks, in my opinion. So I think that's where we'll get at them. Could be wrong, but that's what I'm hoping. Couple of questions to go, gentlemen. I like this one from Trev. Oh, dear. Question: in a 1 to 10, how do you rate your overall football knowledge? I think we should rate each other. So, Mark, you can rate Jarvis. Jarvis, you rate me, and I'll rate Mark.
Okay.
Best way. I think that's the best way.
I'll give Jarvis a solid 8.
Okay, I'll take it. Thank you. I think Stu has proper football knowledge, like on the ground football knowledge that no one who hasn't played the game knows about. When I see a lot of tacticals on YouTube, not the ones I follow. The guys who's been on this channel, like Samix and stuff, they know their thing. But I look at other channels and it baffles me sometimes because they draw some conclusions from things they see and it tells me they don't understand the game, how it actually played out. And this is where Stu comes in. And he's learned me so much when it comes to the game because I know a lot of tactics. I played the game a lot of times, but I'm interested in tactics. I play chess and I like to set up the tactical board and dots and points and arrows and stuff like that. But I've learned so much from Stu, so I will actually I'll give him a 9. I'll give him a 9.
So it's very kind, old friend. Yeah. Very kind.
But it's honest. I actually mean it.
No, I know you do because I know you well enough. Mark, I'm going to give you a solid 8 as well. And the reason I'm going to give you a solid 8 is we've only really just started working together.
That's why I go Jarvis today. I was like, I said what I know, but I only know what I've seen.
But I do want to point out that, fuck it. I'm going to be brutally honest. Mark, you've added a dimension that me and Jarvis weren't expecting. So me and I think the Devilish Tacticos would agree with me here. Me and Jarvis have got this combination of knowledge, but different types of football knowledge, as Jarvis kind of pointed out. But you've added a third dimension that actually really works because we all see football. Me and Jarvis see football differently. And Jarvis will say something, and I'll look at something, and I'll notice something completely different. But yet the reality is we're talking about the same thing. We just approach it differently. You've actually added a third dimension to what we do. You notice things on a pitch that me and Jarvis have noticed maybe or haven't noticed. And that's, you've added this dimension. So I'll give you a solid 8. My old mate to my right, gentlemen, when Jarvis first started following All for United, he would come in because that's where we met Mark through All for United. He would come into the comments. He wouldn't always agree with me. He'd make an analysis of what I was talking about and offer his own opinion. And it was purely by luck. He said to me, he was on MUFC Realist TV, and I said to everybody in the chat, make sure you go and follow Jarvis on MUFC Realist TV, and I did. And then Jarvis got me involved, and that's how me and Jarvis came together. We've known each other kind of for a long time, but not properly. And the Tactical Devils was born from, from that really, that combination. So what I will say, Mark, is you had a real dimension. But if I was to rate my old mates, I would give my old mate a 9 as well. But Mark, you're
too generous. Thank you. You got to remember, I'm the producer of the show, and
he praised me as well, guys. But Mark, I only put you as an 8 because we've only started working together, mate. Seriously, it's only. But I concur here. You've been an outstanding addition to the channel, mate.
I was waiting for this. Like, as soon as you started saying third dimension, I was like, someone's going to make it the fourth dimension. It's going to be start talking about that. Trevor's on it straight away.
I didn't want to call it the trifecta. I didn't want to call it the trifecta, guys.
Bermuda triangle.
Yeah. Right. No, great question, Trev. Thank you for that. I hope you've agreed with what we've given. If you're not sure, put your scores in the chat just for a bit of fun. Right, bath time. I know you've got a really good question. Well, that's hugely kind. Thank you.
Thank you.
But one for Mr. Pyramids. One for Mr. Pyramids. That is your nickname. What's the spookiest thing you have seen, and does he think aliens are ghosts? Scarier in principle. What a question. Love it.
I don't think I've ever seen anything spooky so far, if I'm honest. I that's sort of one of the reasons I like all the weird and wonderfuls, because I want to try and explain them. My logical brain wants to try and no, that's happened because of light reflection or something like that. Ghosts, aliens, right? I'm going to put it out there. Aliens are real on logic. No, on logic.
On logic, yeah. Go on.
The amount of planets there are in the entire galaxy, we cannot be the only living organisms that are able to speak. They may not look like us, they may think, but just logically, there must be something. So in my mind, we have doppelgangers. How many times have you seen someone go, bloody hell, that's no, it's not. Things like that.
Yeah.
So there's got to be a chance. Ghosts, my mum swears they exist. I told a story about the Ouija boards, which spelled out, sorry, Lynn, you're having a boy, and told her she was having another son in me. And she's told me some ghost stories. I've never seen them. But the idea of a ghost, spirit, I do believe in things like things that might live on with you. If you've got a pet, do you ever really think that pet's gone? Do sometimes you feel like there's something else with you? When you're lonely or something like that. Everyone does. Yeah. I could go on to this stuff for ages. Absolutely.
Well, I hope that's answered your question, Bart. I'm a good question. And Trev, I'm an alien dude. Right then. We have questions. Let me see what we've got.
Before you go to it, I just want to say thank you to all the heartwarming, fantastic comments from you guys in the Devilish Technique, the live chat on our football knowledge. And I just want to say, you guys have more football knowledge than we do, actually. Every time I talk, you make some comments that makes me think. So, it's not only us, it's you guys too. So it's a joint thing, so I just wanted to put it out there. I really appreciate the Devilish Tacticals, the live chat.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree.
Yeah.
Totally agree. Right, gentlemen, what have we got? Royden. We did touch on this earlier in the show.
I'll give Royden a round of applause because, you're right. This is me, isn't it?
Yeah, we did touch on this earlier on in the show. Look, you're 100% right, Royden. When we played with straight nine, we smashed the teams, and we played with false nines, we did struggle 100%. Jarvis made that point on the tactical breakdown. Mark mentioned it right at the very beginning of the show as well, Royden. So I'm not dismissing your question, but yeah, you're 100% right, mate. You really are.
I would be interested, put in the chat why you think he's done that, because I can't get my head around it. We played so well with A9, whoever it was. Why change it?
Or maybe, yeah. I mean, maybe, yeah. I don't know why he's done it, actually. So, Jarvis, Fred's last question. This is: I can see Gyökeres struggling like Rasmus has with Saka going for glory rather than playing Gyökeres in on goal with Mbeumo and Cunha supplying Sesko. That's a really good point, actually. I think Sesko outscores Gyökeres. Actually, Jarvis, that's quite a good point. He's talking about, Saka's.
Yeah. It's a Rasmus scenario, isn't it?
Who will take the penalties? Will Rasmus take the penalties or Saka? There's already a conflict there. And you make a good point, Fred. But I feel that Arsenal is more of a well-functioning machine at the moment. They are further ahead in their development as a team. How long has the manager been at the realms? Arteta has been the manager for 5 seasons now?
6 seasons now.
6 years. So basically, he has his style implemented, and when you come into a fixed system, it's so much easier because there's only one person who has to adapt, and that's Gyökeres. But Amorim is an ongoing thing, and we have 11, 12, 15 players who doesn't know what to do, maybe more. So will take a lot of time. So this is where I come from, and I think the things I showed you with Cunha, as brilliant as he are as a player, he's played in the system before he came to us, but you still see the disjointment, how we struggle to learn to play with each other. And this is why I believe also in not signing too many players in a window, because
Jarvis, can I just stop you there? The only reason I want to stop you there is, can you go on and add to ITN's, because you're going into it, what you're talking about now is what ITN's asking. Has he had enough time to engineer a low-level system at least? And that's what you're talking about right now. So ITN, if you don't mind. And,
but this is what I'm talking about. And I meant the same when it comes to both Ten Hag and Ollie. I think they needed more time. I'm for longevity when it comes to football. I played the game myself, and when you play with new guys you don't know, it takes a lot of time to, as we spoke about, Mark and I, the non-verbal things when it comes to football. It takes a lot of time to learn how to know each other, and this is why I think we gotta give it time. And Cunha struggle. He played the system. He still struggles. And Sesko. Why do everybody believe? Yeah, he will come good, but it will take time. And Mbeumo, we could all see Mbeumo struggling. He doesn't know what to do when he plays with Ahmad. They both go in the same areas all the time. So why do you think it's going to be easy just because they are big names? It's not. It will be difficult, and it will take time. And this is why I can't see us getting top 4, maybe top 5 next season, because I understand the dynamics of the game, as I believe I do, at least, but maybe I'm wrong.
No, you do. I wanted to combine the two because I thought we'd been going over old ground again. It was a great question by ITN.
Great question, yeah.
Fred, I hope
you Feather Red and ITNT.
Yeah, I hope you don't mind, Fred. Yeah. Bit of a fun one from Trev. Quite like this. If you won the lottery, what's the first thing you'd do with the money football-wise? I do quite like that one. I don't know, actually. I wouldn't know what to do.
For me, it's easy. I would just travel straight to Manchester and be there on the first game of the Premier League season. And I would probably come over in my private jet every home game. And
why not?
Yeah, I would.
I'll tell you what I'd do, guys. It's a bit sad, but I'd invest in grassroots football.
That is sad.
But I would, yeah, we all see it because
now you make me look bad,
No. I for me, Jarvis, I've been, it's the 30-year-old season ticket holder. So for me, I've done that. If you know what I mean, for me, that's it. I look at Morecambe right now, can't pay the players, people can't pay the mortgages.
You could buy the club.
Yeah, but we've got AFC Telford, we've got Telford Town here, where we live, the Shrewsbury Town, and I think I'd invest in, so that 8-year-olds, 9-year-olds can play at proper facilities. They're getting good coaching. And I don't think the Premier League pushes enough money into grassroots for me at all. I don't think football, professional football, puts enough money into grassroots at the moment. The pitches some of these kids are playing on are terrible, and that's what I would do. Mark,
funny enough, I've always thought about winning. I'm talking Euro winnings, yeah. So everyone in the UK tends to play Euro lottery when it gets to 100 million. Yeah,
I don't play any lottery, but I should do maybe.
You've never chucked a couple of quid on when the Euro lottery's up like 100, 140 million?
Not really, no.
Well, that's the only time I do.
I should do.
I have seen money being put into grassroots football. I've been on the show before. I'm from Worthing. If you've ever seen the documentary on BBC about George Downs, who is in a wheelchair, he had a car accident. He was actually playing for my brother's under-18s at Worthing during this. Got a payout. He bought the club. And now, although he owns the club, he doesn't own it outright. You still need investment. Your money goes very fast. Grassroots football treats you higher than a vampire on a hungry night. It's horrendous. But if I want it, I want to open a not academy, a football centre like the old days. Like whenever I grew up, after school, I'm straight down the park. I'm playing football. You know, people can't go to the park anymore. The world we live in is not a very nice place in the UK. Might be slightly different in Norway, but I want to open one where there's open doors where people can put on training sessions and that. And all I've got to do is buy the venue outright, play it. I don't want five-a-side football leagues and things in there. I want somewhere for kids to come. And then I would rent it out during the day hours to schools, so schools can put on sessions there. But you employ the coaches and you bring in and give back to the community. That's what I want to do. But
no, excellent.
I think youth football has been destroyed by the world we live in now. You can't go down the park and play like I did till 10 o'clock at night when there was no lights, and you only went home because there was no lights on.
Yeah, I think we'll all agree that football's been destroyed by too much money. But I love Jarvis's. I'll get my private jet out. He's got a private jet already. He's on about a new one he'd buy. Probably a bit bigger.
So I'm with you, though. I am still buying my United season ticket and making sure I get to every game as well. Do you know what I mean? So I can afford the £200-300 a game it is just to travel up there, let alone any other.
Yeah, definitely. A couple of questions to go, lads. There's one from Royden and one more from Bath Time. Royden says, do you guys agree with Cheetah and Rasmus going on loan with our injury record?
No.
And we're already a few injuries in that front line and we are in trouble.
Wholeheartedly no from me, but I don't know what Jarvis thinks.
Well, as I said last show, I think we need a second striker. As I said, Origi, how important it was for Liverpool's win when it came to the Champions League. Same with Ollie when we won the Champions League and all the Premier Leagues and FA Cups and everything Ollie attended. You know, he was never the first striker. So having a good second striker and a second striker available is so important for any good team. And if we get rid of both Gito and Rasmus, we need to sign another striker. Sesko isn't enough.
We've also put out all our youngsters on loan. Ethan Wheatley, obviously we let go. Ethan Williams, the one who scored on tour, has been put out on loan straight after scoring that goal. I think he signed his loan papers like within the 24, 48 hours.
So
there is literally no one. And is that what this false nine stuff is all about?
Yeah.
Well, I'm kind of with you guys.
And the man is saying Xerxes will be the second striker, and
possibly
he might be the second striker. But for me, Xerxes is no striker. He doesn't have the right movement. He likes to drop down all the time and be involved in the build-up play, and he's never at the end of the play. So I'm not quite feeling it, but you know, maybe he can learn. Xerxes is a talented footballer, so with the proper coaching, he can do that job when needed. But
well, Jarvis, my brother calls him Veghorst 2.0.
Yeah,
he's slightly better than Veghorst, though, isn't he? A bit more skillful.
No, Veghorst gets picked in front of him for the national team.
Yeah, I know. I like Veghorst, though.
So that's the flip side to that. It's like, well, he might be more skillful, but Veghorst still
did a knee slide. He did a knee slide. He scored his goal. He loved it, didn't he? Guys, 311 watching. This is our final question. We are over 2.5 hours, and Jarvis is on holiday, so he needs to go back to the family.
Yeah, I gotta get up in the morning. You know, I gotta I gotta, what do you call it, go into breakfast before they close up. You know, I think they close up 10:30. So
Yeah.
I can't sleep in too much. And tomorrow is a hard day. I want to be in the pool first, and then I think I will go to the beach.
Yeah.
And afterwards, I think we'll go eat some lunch and then go to the pool again or to the beach. I'm not quite sure. So I don't know. It's tough days.
Drink and eat. We will be back tomorrow night, though, everybody. So don't panic. Last question. I left it for last because I thought it was a really good question, actually, by bath time. And that was, what do you do with Kobe? Good enough to start in a Europa League final, but not good enough to start for a team that finished with 41 points. Jarvis, that's a really good question. I like it.
What do we do with Kobe?
Yeah.
After the first or the second friendly when we played against who was it, West Ham, Kobe had a brilliant game, and all the tacticos on the internet said he was the connecting midfielder now. Amorim has solved the conundrum. He knows how to utilize Kobe at his best, but he didn't. And Kobe is back to being a youngster. He's a brilliant talent, but up and down. It's inconsistent how he plays football. So I don't know what to do, but at least keep him in the squad, give him minutes here and there, and see how it goes. He's still a developing project, and I know everybody rates him highly, and people think he will be the next big thing for Man United, but it's too soon. And last season was second season syndrome. We see that a lot of the time. But next season, he needs to establish himself and be a regular starter for Man United. If not, it's just how football is. Not everybody can be the star.
Look, I agree, Jarvis. So I'll bring you in a minute, Mark. I agree. Like I said this the other day, and I think right now he doesn't have the qualities to do it, but I think he'll be a brilliant 6 eventually. But he's got to play himself into that role. That is going to be his best role moving forward. He'll be a great 6. And the reason is because he's got an intelligent football brain, but he's not quick, as we know. He can't quite tackle yet for a 6, as we know. But those are traits you can learn. I think he'd be a brilliant 6, but that's just my opinion. Mark, last words on that to you.
I would put that back on all of you in the chat who are raving about us trying to sign Baleba. If we're signing Baleba, then you're pushing Kobe Mainoo further back down the pecking order. Where does he get his minutes? So I would loan him out, because I agree, I don't really want to sell him, even though it's pure profit. I would loan him out to a Sunderland or someone like that and let him play a season. Jarvis, he was linking the play. And again, that's what we want to believe for. But we also then dropped him. We're getting rid of Toby Collier on loan. We've got Casemiro, we've got Ugarte. As I said, Bruno plays and everyone is fighting for one spot in midfield now. So if I was a friend of Mainoo, I would go on loan. I would ask for a loan and get 90 minutes instead of 10, 20 minutes here or there. We only playing one game a week. It's not like he's going to get much run out in cups.
He's beat me to it. Brian's beat me to it. If you're going to send him on loan, send him to Brighton as part of the Baleba deal. But who knows? Guys, that is it for the Q&A. We are almost 2 hours 40. It's been an absolute brilliant show. Mark has been absolutely superb as always. Great to see me old mate Jarvis again. Always makes him smile when he comes on screen. Those rugged looks. I'm going to put him into his natural position, and he will close the show out. We are back tomorrow night, by the way, gentlemen. It might be that me and Mark start the show again, and Jarvis comes in as and when he's ready, or he might not join. He's on holiday and he can do what he wants.
Bring some cocktails with you though next time, Jarvis.
Yes, he's having a beer. He's well happy. He looks relaxed.
I'm happy.
I want to see some little mini umbrellas in drinks. He's on holiday.
Yes. Yes.
Straight out of pineapple or something. I don't know.
Yes.
Are we getting raided?
I don't know.
Touchline raid incoming from PFC TV. Big up. That's a new name I haven't seen before. Berber is in the house. Big up. A lot of new names coming in now at the end of the show. We have Rob, always United. Hi, Jarvis. And hey, guys, big up, Rob.
Who's Touchline?
Yes. Touchline. And Bernard Ukutu is here.
See what some of these raiders have been talking about. If they're going to come in and raid, smash the like button, guys, and subscribe if you're new to the channel raiding.
Yes, that's just what I was about to say. But guys, we have been doing 2 hours 40 minutes. We are about to wrap it up. I'm so thankful that you came on. Smash the like and subscribe if this is your first time. But I will recommend you to go back and watch the tactical breakdown. We did a excellent tactical breakdown of Cunha and his movements and how we are still disjointed as a team at United. So that was, I would say, one of the best segments we have done in a long while, guys. So I'm super proud of that one.
Nice. I was just about to say, Jarvis, Touchline. Thank you so much for raiding us. First and foremost, that's absolutely brilliant. We'd love to raid you back at some point. So if you could maybe give us a bit of info about Touchline, we can raid you back because we're very grateful. Very grateful for any support. Thank you all.
Yes, we are. Thank you, Touchline, and thank you everybody for tuning in. I want to say thank you to the moderators, Obi, J United, Fred the Red, MUFC, all of you pushing the likes. Stephanie coming in at the end. Big up, Stephanie, Trevor. Who else? Jamie, Wayne, Retro 77. All of you, I love you, legends. Always here, listening and contributing to the show with great comments. And Trevor Wade saying Jarvis will be sipping cocktails like it's out of fashion tomorrow. Nah, I don't think so. Maybe. I'm on holiday, so sue me.
You are, dude. Danny P's in, by the way, last minute. Hello. Good to see you, Danny.
Big up, Danny B. Good to see you. Well, it's been a great show. Thank you, Mark, for coming on again. Guys, you gotta know about the Balls Out podcast now. Yes. So you are doing a show. Is it Tuesday?
Tuesday night. Tuesday night we'll be doing a show. Hopefully we'll be talking about a finalised Baleba, Donnarumma, and why not Rodri and a few other players we might sign between now and then.
Devilish Tacticos mean an awful lot to us. If you could go and subscribe and like to the Balls Out podcast, they're just starting off again, small channel. They could do with as much help and support as you could get. So if you could do that for us, we'd be most grateful, guys.
Yeah, we got a rebuild going as much as Amorim.
You are doing a rebuild, yeah, and they do some great work over there.
Any new signings?
Potentially, there are a few new signings in the woodwork.
Go on, then.
For the beginning of the season, and some new show ideas, but
we haven't been signed. We've been signed.
You've been spoken about. You are signed. You're on like a dual sign contract.
I'm a dual signing.
You're dual sign. It's Jarvis.
Jarvis needs signing. He needs signing.
It's a mad name, yes. Twisted Faith coming in and saying podcast. It's a mad name, though.
They're a good bunch over there, guys. They really are a good bunch.
Balls out of play. That's obviously what we meant, right? Balls out, right?
Obviously.
Balls out.
And also Fred Red comes in and say, Tactical, subscribe to me. Yes, go to Fred Red. He has a brilliant sports channel, a lot of shorts, funny thing with Fred the Red talking about football. So guys, go and subscribe to Fred the Red. This is what we do. We share the community, getting raided, try to raid people when they are on, and other touchlines coming in. A lot of people coming in. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, touchline. Really happy.
Yes, but I have to go. I need to call it night, guys. Thank you, Stu. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. If this was your first time on Tactical Devils, smash the like and please subscribe to the channel. We will be back tomorrow night, 9 p.m. At least Stu and I don't know if Mark is available, and we will do a 2 hours Scorsese talk about Man United, and maybe there are more clips to analyze from the Fiorentina game. I was thinking of doing some segments about Mbeumo and Ahmad tomorrow night, and maybe we will speak a little bit about Bruno and how he actually did well against Fiorentina in the number 8. He didn't lose the ball too many times, and it made the ball tick. So there will be more tomorrow night, you guys. Have a good one. Go after the show in the non-live section. Leave a comment. Tell us your opinion about the Fiorentina game. Do you agree with us, the panel, on the Cunha analyze? It will be great. Big up, Ben. Thank you for coming in. Big up, everybody, and we will see you on the next. Bye. Bye.